I know.
I've been on record saying Dante's a diva. I've been saying that for mad long.
You know what's funny, Solange?
What?
I've been saying I'm not a princess, and I reposted something about niggas is in their soft girl era now.
You sure
I'm in
did.
my soft girl era now, bro. I don't
Dante,
give a
you're
fuck.
such a princess.
Nah, Dante's just super emotional, and he's the type of
Nothing's wrong
no,
with
but no,
that.
but he's the type. No, well, first of all, he's the type of person where if he's emotional, he's gonna project that and show that. He's not the type of person where like he'll be mad or sad, and you can't tell that he is. Like if he's mad, you're gonna notice as soon as like he walks.
But
in.
he's gonna be like, "Nah, I'm fine. I'm just annoyed."
If you pick it up, you'll notice that I'm
come on,
mad.
bro. No,
I thought my friends will know it, but I guarantee you, if I ran into Denny somewhere and I was in a pissed off mood, I don't think that she'll realize I'm in this.
I think that if we were in passing, I wouldn't. But if like we were hanging out at an event,
Yeah.
I think I would notice.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're a diva, Dante.
I'm a diva.
It's fine though. I respect that though.
Karan,
What's
I
up?
think you're also in your soft girl era. You don't think so?
Why do you think that? What does that even mean? I'm not really like.
What is soft girl?
Yeah,
era?
I'm
What's
not
the
hip to
definition?
like any
You're a
terms
soft
or
girl.
anything.
For me, I would be like, you're a nigga who doesn't like. You're living carefree. You don't really have no worries. You're not stressed out. You're not
Well, that's
worried
not
about
true.
shit. I feel like Karan's in his bad bitch era because he's being outside more and he's working and he's hustling. You're in your soft girl era because you're like inside, you're chilling, you're one with nature, you're like relaxing. Nothing can bother you right now.
Okay.
Oh, if that's what that means, then
Okay.
sure. I don't be on like Twitter anymore or like online to be honest, so I don't even be knowing what that should be
You don't be
meaning.
hip?
I really don't be hit, bro.
Dang.
But that's cool. Yeah, if that's what it means, then yeah, I'm definitely in my soft girl era. Hell yeah, that's fire.
That was definitely for the last 3 years.
Who?
Karan, he was inside and unbothered,
Hibernating, yo.
hibernating.
I was playing. I was stressed as hell. I was just getting stuff together, man. It was just. There's always a lot of things going on, like whether people see it or not.
Excuse me.
But yeah, man, I'd just be like, see, I'm the type I can't go out and enjoy myself if I know I have like shit I got to do. Like I'm the type of person I'm so paranoid and like shit that I like that's on the back burner. Like I can't enjoy myself if it's not like everything is not right, you know.
Right.
Yeah, that's just me though.
I can relate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with that. I mean, you still want to be able to live life and like be social and put yourself out there, but it's definitely good to have that balance, you know.
Yeah.
But I feel that. Do you feel like recently, well, even just in general for you, I've been doing a little research on you. You know what I'm saying? My friends have been trying to put me on to like what you do, and I definitely
We
respect
trying to get
everything
you go
you
get
do.
a fit in, my nigga.
Yeah, I
Come
know
on.
they've been trying to. I know. Trust me, we'll talk about that. But even like for what you do, like have you felt like it's been like necessary for you to like put people on the back burner and just like focus on what like the goal and task that you're trying to complete?
Yes.
Or do you feel like you do a good job with balancing like still being social, seeing people partying, and still doing work?
Absolutely not. I'm a hermit. I prefer to be home in my
Okay.
tower sewing.
Okay.
I get invited to stuff all the time, and I feel really bad that I don't support as much as I should.
Okay.
Other people and their events. But I'm gonna do better about it this summer.
Would you consider yourself an introvert?
I want to say yes, but in the right space, I won't. I'm not. And I think you guys have. Well,
I mean, that's
Solange,
fair.
I'm
You
sure
can
has
still be
noticed.
introverted, but that's in the comfort of your own space because it's
Yeah.
still a safe space for you to be yourself with the people that you're surrounded by. Because
Yeah.
like I feel like if we were in a club and we were to be outside at like a bar or something like that, you'd only bring that person out a couple of times,
Right.
not always, not constantly.
Yeah, yeah.
I think you're an omnivert. Omnivert, is that the
Yeah, I was
first
just
term?
I was trying to
A little bit of both.
omnivore
A
and
little bit
yeah.
of both.
Okay.
Because I definitely see the introvert side of you, but every time I've been like outside to events with Solange and I see you, you're very like on top of shit. Like you're always constantly moving, making sure shit is what it's supposed to be. And
Well, I'm always working.
Yeah,
That's
that's,
the-
work.
that's
But
the
work
problem.
is different.
Okay. I respect that.
yeah, but you can still work and still be an introvert. Like I think I'm.
No, it's true because there are I've gone to
Really?
events where you're working and the person is like on full display, but they're also like, I'm on full display, but I don't want to interact with people.
Exactly.
I've never seen that before.
I think I
I'm
had to
definitely that way.
overcome that myself. For the first few shows that I ever put on or was invited to be in, people would be like, "And this is Danny," and I would just be like, and then I would dip, and no one would see me for the rest of the night. Most of the time, for like a good 2 years of me starting my business, people had no idea who I was.
Wow.
Yeah, so I had to kind of get over the whole not being out there, being shy. I had to get over it. It's still a battle.
Wow.
I would have never thought.
Me either. Okay, my fault. I didn't
You know the
think
vibes today?
Yeah.
Well, what is it? What are the vibes going
Why you
towards?
said it like that?
Because I never know what you,
Do
Dante.
you want to play? You want me to play a song? What you wanna
Oh,
get?
you're asking me to play a song?
Yeah, you're in the middle.
Wow.
So you could play it. You could tell me.
Can
a
I
song to
actually
play.
can I tell you a song that I've been like bumping and I really love?
Yeah, you want to type it?
You know
in?
some of
So,
on.
yeah.
Yeah.
You type it in, man. Have fun with that.
Oh yeah, I'm good. I can just press play.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go. Here you go.
Welcome to episode. Oh, Solange, you was wrong. We was on 184. Welcome to episode 185 of the Soapbox. You hear what
I
your voice
typed
say.
184.
No, I'm talking about when you said it.
Oh,
You
awkward.
hear what your voice say? We got Karan in the building. Next to me, actually, knee to knee, a.k.a. Amal, with the snapback. Sorry, it took me a minute. Snapback
Yo,
with
Karan,
graffiti hat.
what does your shirt say?
See, the thing is, it says keep off.
It
Emergency.
says more than that.
See, the thing is, I'm upside
Lifeguard
down.
off duty. He's not trying to
Lifeguard
say
off
it.
duty,
He's
it
not
says
trying to
no-
say it. Lifeguard off duty. No no hate. What?
Ain't you Hispanic?
It's in Spanish, Dante. It's in
in-
Spanish.
Oh, that's in Spanish.
You said no hey.
I was like, what the
Saludos. I'm screwing.
No es actividades
Trabajando.
trabajando.
You know what that means?
What does that mean, Karan?
Y'all good. So we have Solange to my right, the beautiful Solange
I'm
Juan.
screaming.
Hey Solange, we have Solange to the right,
AKA Poppy.
aka Poppy,
Whole government out there. It's okay,
and she
though.
drinking the Poppy today. Shout outs to Poppy.
You
Even
ain't got
though
nothing to say about my outfit.
we didn't get the sponsorship, but she's looking very bohemian today. She's looking like a bright butterfly, bumblebee. I love it.
I'll take that.
Very nice.
This is actually sangria too, by the way.
Oh,
this
sangria?
is Karan's homemade sangria. Since Poppy and O couldn't sponsor us,
Yeah.
so we got Karan sponsoring instead.
What's up, y'all?
And we
Got the
have
lovely.
Danny in the building. You feel me? How you doing, Danny? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for taking the journey to Jersey.
I
you.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Even though you don't like Jersey, I appreciate you.
Nobody
coming.
ever likes Jersey. But shout out to Jersey though.
How you been, Danny? Though, how you been?
I've been good. I have been spring cleaning,
I feel that.
keeping the energy. This week has been really weird because it was like super nice, and then it was like all of a sudden
Mad cold.
gloomy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
yeah.
I looked at the weather, and it's gonna be gloomy for like the rest of the week apparently.
Yum.
So I was like, yeah, I can't live in a fucked up apartment, so I gotta clean up.
Do you consider yourself a hoarder? Like, do you keep a lot of shit and don't throw it out?
I'm not a hoarder.
Okay.
I am a hoarder of fabrics.
Okay. So you have a lot of fabric in your crib.
Unfortunately, I can't walk somewhere and not purchase fabric.
Oh wow.
So I had to figure out a way to make space for that, and I was able to. Thank God.
That's
So
that
you
designer
buy
life.
so
Designer
you buy a
life.
bunch of fabric and like you may not touch it for years, but one day you're like, bruh,
Yes.
I'm gonna need some fabric. Like, oh, I have that shit right here.
That's exactly
Interesting.
what happens. I buy like 2 yards if I love it, and then I
Wow.
save it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not mad at it. Poppy, how you doing today?
We here, we alive, we chilling. Off air, I was talking all my shit about all my problems, but I talked it out, so we're good.
Good. I'm happy. Karan.
What's up, y'all? I'm doing pretty good. It's been a very long week for me personally, but yeah, just been trying to work on balancing.
What's been going on with you? Yeah, we're getting your ass right now.
That's crazy.
Just a lot. It's a lot of just things going on in my life. I guess I've a lot of things, man. A lot of things. A lot of good things. A lot of mixed emotions, kind of things. Like I said, I've been trying to be more of a better person. I've been trying to reach out to like family members and immediate family, and just trying to like build on my relationship with my family more. I've been getting really into like African spirituality. Really trying to get in touch with like my roots and like where I come from and like my people come from. So yeah, a lot of stuff like that. Trying to work. I got my first investment, like my first person who invested in my business.
Very
So, just like out working, getting products, like trying to plan stuff like that, man. But trying to keep that balance, you know. It'd be hard to just have a balance.
It is. It is. Awesome, man. Awesome.
Yeah. How you doing, Sunny Tay? How's your week been going?
Ain't shit. Nothing much. Just been working, you know, working the old 9 to 5. Found out some. Finally, talk about family. I found out some family secrets in my family as well.
You're just gonna share it on air?
Nah,
Oh,
it's
like good family secrets?
Yeah, it's good. It's very good.
Because you know, black folk, our family secret be a little.
Talk about it.
It'd be a little like traumatizing.
Talk about it. But yeah, for real. But
No, for
it's
real.
it's been a good week. I'm just waiting, counting the days till me and Solange get the fuck up out of here.
Okay,
Honestly,
y'all about to go on vacay.
but I've
happy
been
for
good.
you.
I've been good. I'm trying to get. We was talking off air about like getting that spark for our business and trying to get it back up. I feel like that spark's been building inside me.
Okay.
So I feel like after this vacation, I just feel like it's gonna just be on go mode.
I'd be curious, where do you get the inspiration for or from, as far as even just like building up where you're trying to get? Is there certain people you look at and like try to build or use their blueprint, or you just get inspired from?
Honestly, it's not other people that I get inspired by, like other podcasters. I think when I hear somebody praise my work, like somebody I would never expect. So like this week I had somebody that I haven't talked to like a couple years, and they hit me up, and because they were at an event that I was supposed to go to, I didn't go to. It was Magic's event. Shout out to Magic.
Shout out to Magic.
She had like a networking event, and I was supposed to go. I didn't go. I was busy with some stuff, and an old friend was there that I haven't seen in a long time, and I saw her like in Magic's store. I was like, oh shit, that's her. And she DM'd me the next day, and she sent me the picture of like my name being on there, like Dante Bello, the Soapbox podcast. And she said, oh my God, look at you, I'm proud of you, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. And I was like, oh shit, I haven't talked to you in years. So we chopped up everything. I told her like how I've been doing, how she's been doing. She's like, no, keep going, keep grinding. Like, I hear your podcast all the time. Like, it's great to see that you're still doing this and doing well. Like, keep at it, blah, blah, blah. And that gave me kind of the spark going. Because I was like, wow, someone I haven't talked to in like years, like, saw my shit. And like, it went out their way to let me know, like, that little kind gesture. You know what I'm saying? And I usually don't like that kind of shit. But like, that went a long way for me.
Dante, why you lying?
So I really
love that.
because like I don't know if it's really genuine. You know what I'm saying? Like I have trust issues. It's like, are you really being genuine about this, or you just wanted to reach out for some stupid shit? Like, why you hit me up? But
I mean, it could be both. You never know.
it could be both. but
Dante loves both. I don't know why.
I do not like both, bro. I don't like people hit me up randomly. Like, I think everyone has a motive. I have trust issues, Karan, and I ain't heard from this girl in like years. Like, why you hit me up out the blue?
She missed you, Dante, or she appreciated your work.
Goodness.
Appreciated the word.
Appreciated the word. But
Look at Solange
Stop
over
trying to
there.
get this man in trouble.
You over here hating Solange. Relax.
I ain't trying to get this man in trouble.
I'm just saying.
But yeah, that happened to me this week, and it was really good to see. So now I
Okay.
have this spark. So now, I'm trying to hold on to this energy. I think I'm gonna bottle it up and put it to the side, because I know on vacation I might get a high about being on vacation and like not worrying about shit. But I'm trying to bottle it inside, so when I come back, I could open it back up, and then it's go time. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, yeah, that was my week. I don't have the topics up because I am trash.
Don't say that about yourself.
You're recycling.
Okay.
You're mad funny.
We gotta stop doing that, man. I'm trying to teach myself to like.
That negative self-talk.
Yeah, just stop
Yeah.
like talking bad about myself, man. We gotta uplift ourselves, Dante. I know Dante's never trying to hear any of that positive shit, but I believe in that shit, man.
That's not true, Karan.
We are better than our bad habits.
Yes.
I agree.
Better than our bad habits. But do you guys think? Yes, I'm gonna be devil's advocate about this. So I have a lot of bad habits, like a lot of bad habits.
No, not you, Dante.
And we talked about this. I always said how there's some beauty in the negative sometimes. So like when people say that we're better than our bad habits, or like you should break that bad habit, I'm always on the defense, because I'm like, okay, I have this bad habit, but it got me this far. And like, what if I'm not really ready to relinquish that bad habit? Like, is it so bad for me to keep that bad habit going? It's like me talking negative about myself, saying I'm trash. Right?
Imagine if you would talk better about yourself. How much further would you be along? Because you've been flowering, basically. Like, you've been positive talking to yourself on the inside.
See, for me, I feel like I'll be the same where I'm at if I kept talking positive about myself. Like, oh, I'm not trash. I'm great.
I mean, have you tried it?
Yeah.
Never.
So
Never
how would
tried
you know
it.
until you try?
And
I
even by
just
you
can't see
saying,
it.
like, I'm gonna be the same where I'm at, like, you had, like, it's mindset is so important. Like, even by you, like, saying, like, I won't be, like, I'm gonna still be where I'm at. I don't know, man. You just gotta change that. Please work on just, like empowering yourself, bro. Like, there's nothing wrong with just empowering yourself, and that, like, moves on to other people and everyday life shit. Like, you'll be surprised with just, like, small mindset and, like, little, like, words of affirmation and things that you just repeat to yourself in the back of your head, how that, like, can manifest, you know? That you
It
just
really
keep
does
telling
switch
yourself
up in
that.
your mindset and your mentality. Like, it really helps change your
Yeah.
thinking patterns and your thought processes.
Do you guys talk to yourselves in the mirror?
Too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, really?
Not in the mirror, but to myself for sure. I don't look at the mirror and just be like locked. I do that. Actually, no. When I'm smacked, sometimes when I'm like a little bit
Too high?
off the cannabis, sometimes I do look at myself in the mirror, which I think it is necessary to just look
It
at yourself in the
is.
mirror, you know, but not too hard. You know, you ever look too hard where you just be like, oh shit, where
Like, that's
am
what I
I?
look like.
Yeah, you be like, yo, like you start thinking about the voice in your head and
You
your
have to
conscience.
actually, like, say, look away.
Yeah, so you gotta like touch like the mirror and be like, oh.
What do y'all be saying? What do you be saying?
To myself?
Yeah, in the mirror.
You kiss yourself.
I hug myself.
You look like the type.
You look like a
Not in a bad way. Not in a bad
No.
way.
It's a comfort thing for me. I do talk to myself though, not necessarily always in the mirror. I guess I have those moments where I'm like, I feel like I have to feel good about myself right now. Let me go, spark myself some joy in the mirror. But mostly, I guess I have a conversation with my dead parents sometimes. I
Okay.
guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's most of the talking that I do.
Okay.
Myself. Yeah.
I like that.
What about you, Solange?
When I look in the mirror, honestly, sometimes I get freaked out because sometimes at nighttime, I'll look at myself
No,
and I'm
nighttime
like,
is crazy.
I'll look at myself and I'm like, I know you're not me. Like, you ever look in the mirror sometimes and you're just like, I know you're not me right now. And, like, I know my body, my vessel right now is me, but the person looking back at me right now, you're not me.
Yo, I be having those moments too. Like an outer body type of like
Or, like,
experience.
I know you're just, like, a soul being right now that's, like, trapped in here trying to imitate me right now. So I was like,
Resembling.
yeah.
Interesting.
But when I know that it's me, I really be looking at myself for hours just admiring because I know it sounds so like vain and so
Narcissistic?
self-centered and shit like
It's
that.
not at all.
I don't think so.
Okay,
at all.
good because I'm such a self-sabotaging person. So when I have that time to admire myself in the mirror, it's really just my moment to be like appreciating myself.
Your little self care.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't talk to yourself, Karan? I be talking to
I
myself
talk
in the
to
mirror.
myself all the time, man. I'm to myself a lot, and I'm like in my thoughts a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like I said, I think it's necessary. Like, I don't necessarily like look at myself that often, like in the mirror, but for sure, talking to myself, like to my conscience, like I've been like really working on like just like focusing on more of like just talking to my inner self and my conscious and like making sure that I'm comfortable with that voice. You know what I'm saying? And I can talk, through like talk to myself and talk through problems and situations, with my conscious.
Okay.
What about you, Dante?
I do talk to myself, even though I'm negative. I do talk to myself in the mirror.
Do you say positive things to yourself in the mirror?
I hype myself up.
Okay.
That's good.
So, like, before I'm about to do something, or let's say I failed a bunch of times, and now I'm doing it for the 5th time, 10th time, something like that. Like, it could be a video game. It could be me going out, like, let's say, like, on a date. It could be me going out and shopping.
On a
Like,
date?
I'm talking about back in the day. Like, back in
Oh.
the day when I was, like, talking to myself.
Or like your first meeting someone, you're like, okay, we got this.
Yeah,
Let's
like
just
stuff
solve
like
it.
that.
Yeah.
Or like let's say like I have to talk to somebody, it could be salons, could be my parents about something deep. Like I would look at myself in the mirror and be like, yo, you got this. We're gonna do it. Whatever the fuck happens, what happens, but you got this, bro. And I kinda do like the little that to myself, and then I feel like I changed my whole character.
That's good.
Like I'm
Okay.
just like, all right. And like nothing can bother me after that. Like nobody could push me off my pedestal. The minute I do those 2 slaps to my cheeks, I be on it like a mission. I'm just saying.
Hey yo,
I'm just saying,
that.
bro.
I'm
I'm
screaming.
just saying, bro.
I just got it. I'm sorry.
But okay, it's good that y'all talk to yourself. I like that. I like that. I want to start with an icebreaker, and I thought I had my question in my head, but I don't. So, Karan, I'm gonna pass the ball to you,
Okay.
and I want you to give us the gem of the day while I think about my question.
I'm screaming.
Well, I wasn't expecting that. Gem
Give
of
us
the
the
day.
gem of the day.
Gem of the day, man. Man, this has been a lot of stuff going on. What should I give him? I'm trying to think if I should get. See, me personally,
Give him some life shit.
some life shit. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. Because I know me personally, especially the last like week, 2 weeks, like I was telling you before, I've just been trying to find that right balance when it comes to like life, like your personal life and your work life, and kind of separating those two. But gem of the day, I would just say gem of the day. I would say find a simple hobby that encourage you to like want to learn more about, because I know for me what I'm starting to realize, like when I get so focused on like a certain thing like my business, sometimes I could just get so like entrenched in that, and it makes me not only like stress over like things happening, but like in a sense it makes me like lose interest in a way. So I feel like for me, like just finding little hobbies that like make me want to learn different things and like make me want to improve on like it, like little hobbies too, like certain things that you might not even think is like a big deal, but certain things that you know nothing about, and just like trying to learn something new, you know.
What's a hobby that you have?
A little hobby.
A little hobby.
For me,
Like a small hobby that no one would think that you like.
well, I mean, y'all know, like the last few years, like my big hobby has been like getting into plants and growing. So like that's been like certain like just botany and just like I'm trying to get more into like agriculture and like farming and like
Can
just
I
all
show
of
off
that
one
shit.
of your little hobbies to the camera?
Yeah, if you want to.
It's underneath your feet. It's by your feet.
No, why do you keep trying to show my? That's a horrible painting. No, I don't like that painting.
One of little Karan's little
No.
hobbies, he'll paint like once every 2 to 3 months, and he's really good,
No,
and he doesn't
don't.
like his paintings, but like he painted a really nice car, and it's
we-
actually really clean.
Thank you,
and
Solange.
it's
I'm not showing them the car though. It's a horrible.
And
No.
he's hating on it right now, but it's really good.
Aww.
Thank you, Solange. I appreciate it.
I love when Karan does his artwork. It
Thank you.
inspires me to get back at
That
it.
is a small hobby you
That's
have,
cute,
man.
yeah.
Thank you. But yeah, like just little hobbies like that, man. Like recently I've just been on like, I don't want to say my nerd stuff, but I've just been into like learning certain things, like just like I'm like a history nerd, so like just going back, listening to different lectures, finding different podcasts and like people that I really respect and like their opinion, and just like digging into their minds. So just keeping myself interested in just learning new stuff. I feel like that's like a great gem. And no matter what it is, like, just there's nothing wrong with just like self learning and just teaching yourself something new, or just getting into different hobbies, you know.
Solange, what's a small hobby that you have that most people don't think that you do?
Fuck it, hey, I don't know. I feel like I do everything.
What's a small hobby that brings you joy?
Well, I was gonna say dance, but that's not a small hobby.
Nah. Besides dance, besides modeling.
Besides artwork and all the arts and shit
Yup.
like that, like what's a more common thing that people
Not
wouldn't?
common, but something that you wouldn't
Not like
think.
common, but I feel like,
Like-
yeah.
Like for me, to get you going, what's a weird thing that I like? I love to do word searches.
Word searches.
Word
really?
searches.
I
Yes.
never knew that.
I fucking love word searches. So like me and my mom. So anytime my mom would go like to the store or I go to the store, we buy each other word searches.
Cute.
So if we find like a really good word search, we'll buy each other that. So she got me one for work. So during work, I'll be doing my word searches. While
Not during
I-
work. Why you
yeah.
gonna say that online?
It's okay. During the podcast, when I have to edit
old.
it, when I have to edit the podcast, I will do a word search while I'm
You know, it
listening.
keeps your mind fresh.
Yeah, I fucking love
Yeah.
word searches. That is one of those hobbies that I fucking love. It really keeps my mind fresh. It also lets me just like get away from everything, like get away from work, my job, my parents, anything that stressed me out or like just a lot on my mental. it just lets me get away until I just hyper focusing on this word search.
Yeah.
I respect that.
So that is something like that. Something like
Okay.
normally things.
Okay, I would say mine would be. This is gonna sound crazy, but I love playing games. Like I love
I know.
I'm a very.
Yes, you do.
That's crazy. I'm a very introverted. I'm not a very like socialite being out in clubs like that, but I like to interact with people as much as I can if I'm out in a setting like that. So I'm like, okay, so what are the games that we got? Like, I love card games, board games. I'm not into the gossipy ones, but if we have to entertain and interact with them, I'll do it. But yeah, like I'm really good with spades. Like if you know me, you know that I play cards. Like you know that I play all those things, dominoes and all that. Like I'm really good with numbers, surprisingly.
Mm-hmm.
Like as much as people like know that for me to be like very slow and things like that, I am really good with numbers
Interesting.
and
That's
counting.
Never knew that either.
Yeah, like
Okay.
math was always my favorite subject.
Okay.
Nice.
What about you, Danny?
All my hobbies are sewing related.
Really?
Unfortunately, yeah.
So nothing outside of sewing.
It mostly because it's like there's always something to learn. So it's like, all right, maybe I know how to make this, but now I'm gonna try myself to teach myself a different technique or a different way of creating something. So
Okay.
still learning, but it's still
Wow.
always sewing
I
related.
like that. So whenever you're tired of sewing, will you pick up like an embroidery and start embroidering something?
Yeah, I have embroidered. I've done beading as well. It's a hassle, but yeah.
Beading
So-
is a lot. I could, yeah.
So you're always doing something with your hands when
Yeah.
you're not doing sewing.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
So-
Embroidering, that's like that. I'm a
It's
sound like
still kind of
such a
sewing
novice.
because it's that like that
yeah, like
pin.
when you do the hats.
Yeah, like hats.
Embroider the hats and stuff
Oh
like that.
yeah. Okay.
Okay,
That's like a patchwork also because
Okay.
they're created that way. But yeah, just like embroidering, sewing on top of through a fabric,
okay.
creating a design.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most of the times, if you see like, I don't want to say because 3D print and embroidery is like different, but
Mhm.
like, yeah, anytime it's almost like she said, like if you see the hat and it's like kind of sticking out, I don't
Yeah,
want to say it's
like
necessarily
I think
3D.
his hat is embroidered, right? It's not printed on.
This might be embroidery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you see.
Oh, like
Yes. Compared to
Interesting.
like this is
That's-
a screen press.
yeah.
Like, compared to like
Yeah.
screen pressing a graphic.
That looks like a lot of work, bro.
Yeah, embroidery is definitely more work and more money to get stuff embroidered. Than like
That one's done by machine, but there's you do
One
it by
that you do by hand.
by
Yeah.
hand, too,
Okay.
for sure.
Okay. Interesting. So yeah, Quran's the end of the day. Y'all should pick up a hobby.
Yeah, get a hobby, man. Or and it's more just a hobby. Just like find things just to get like find new things to learn. Like more
And
importantly,
to get you to step out of your everyday.
Mm.
That's I think that's really important because
Mhm.
I don't know about you guys, but I get creator's block all the time.
Yeah.
All the
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
time.
And there's a point where I'm like, okay, I need to step out for a second. Like I took up 6 weeks of pole dancing and it was so helpful. I pulled my mind out of, whatever jumbo it was in and it helped me. And it was a physical activity, which was fun.
right.
Mm.
I haven't done it in like 3 weeks.
Oh, I mean,
but
yeah, you did do that. How was that?
It was great. It was great. I'm really bad at sticking with it.
Mhm.
Mostly because it's so expensive. It's an expensive hobby to
Yeah,
have. Its
yeah.
classes
It
are
is.
not cheap.
It's not.
But it was something you never like did before, and you was like
I had done like random classes here and
Okay,
there, but
okay.
I've never done like a 6 week
like a
straight
consistent
series.
class. Okay, oh, that's
Excuse me.
dope. That's dope.
And that was fun.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's fire.
Excuse me. Okay. Icebreaker question before we get into topics and Danny. I'm trying to think how to word this.
Take your time.
Take your time. So Solange mentioned something about reaching out to people, and like she knows all these people, but she fails to like reach out to them.
It's funny that you speak about this because I wanted to bring it up in the beginning, but go.
Oh, you can bring them now then.
No, it's okay because it was when Karan was talking about his day and he was like, I'm trying to reach out to friends more. And it was like, so when you know that you're the friend who never reaches out, I am not the reach out friend.
I'm not
Don't.
that friend.
Like, I'd
Trying
like,
to be.
you have to hit me up and I will respond back in 0.2 seconds, but it could be a year and I won't hit you up and it's that bad. Like, I'm really that person.
Well, it
I'm the
depends.
reach out friend. I'm always reaching out to my friends and checking in.
Oh.
Like, it's so bad.
So by you being that friend, do you sometimes expect the same thing in return?
Yeah.
I
Or only towards certain
I think
people?
I've grown up enough to know that I shouldn't expect shit.
Okay. So before you was like
Yeah, I
thrown
think
away.
before I felt like if I show up this way, then they'll show up this way for me.
Yes.
But I think as I started getting older, I realized that's not how life works.
Yeah.
Just because you show up for someone doesn't mean that they're going to show up for you.
Okay.
So I don't expect it. I'm still that person, but I don't expect
You're still that person we don't expect it.
But does it make you hesitate to like reach out, or no? You just expect that.
I think it's different with every person.
So it's situational, like, or
Yeah.
depend on the person or the relationship, I
Right,
guess,
right.
that you have.
Yeah.
So, like, say if I were your friend and know that I don't reach out, would you still happen to reach out?
Yeah, I mean, I'll still reach out and be like, hey, just checking in. I know you have your world, whatever.
Right.
Just, let's chat for a minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that, by the way.
I know, but it's okay. Some people are butthurt right now, and they could just live.
You have to. I think I'm old, right? So I think that
You're
the
not
older
old.
you get, the more you realize like your friends also have their own lives. I had to realize like my friends have full blown lives that are totally different than mine. So they're not gonna be as accessible as I am to remember. Half of my friends have babies. They all have baby brain. They don't even remember to change their own fucking underwear half the time.
Right.
That's funny.
So.
But
Yeah.
also, I feel like it takes time for people, like how last podcast I asked about why do you guys think that your friendships have lasted so long? Like, I'm low key not the reach out friend. Like, I don't like Karan don't reach out. I don't reach out to Karan. Only time me and Karan interact is either through group chats, the Soapbox, or when we see each other on Sundays. But I don't be reaching out to Karan. Like, we might send each other certain songs or like reels once in a while, but I don't reach out to people. Like, even back then, before we started dating, we never reached out to each other like
We
that.
would hang out once a year.
Exactly.
And Dante would cancel on our once a year meetups.
And she would get so tight.
Every time. I'm like, you're a whack ass friend, but it's okay. I still appreciate you. Because I would still hit him up every year. Be like,
That's
yo,
what I'm
we hanging
saying.
out.
Like,
But I think we've had. I'm sorry to cut you off,
No,
but
you
I
good.
feel like there was a point of our lives where like we saw each other every day. So
Yes.
like we had the chance to build that
Yeah.
bond,
Yeah.
and like we were together for years every day. So
Right.
like it's not a big deal. We don't see each other for a few months.
It
So-
seems like you guys all balance each other out,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that that's important. And it only gets that way through having that like lifetime of friendship.
yeah, I think that's why. Because I know there's some people that kind of don't. I guess because, like, there's a friend of mine that
Are we talking about the same friend?
Probably.
probably, it's like she expects people to give the same energy that
We
she
talk about
does,
the
Y'all
same
sound
friend.
right? Right?
I hate us.
Shout out
No,
to
but
you.
she's such
I don't know who
Oh
it
my
is.
she's such a
God.
great example.
You know
But shout out to
exactly who
you.
it
They didn't tell me y'all business. I promise.
So like, so
I'm
like,
snitching.
it's not snitching.
She's not gonna listen.
She knows it's true
Not
too. It's
gonna
okay.
listen.
Like she
we
knows
love
it's
it.
true.
She knows we love it.
Like she expects people, or she gets mad when people don't give her the same energy, right? With me, she knows I don't reach out. Like I'm not really gonna reach out to you. Like if you pop up in your mind, I need to ask you a question, I'll text you. But half the time, I'm not gonna reach out to you, and she will respect that from me. Like she don't get butthurt at all if she don't hear
Because
from
you
me
have
from me.
that
Because we have that rapport, and I've
relationship,
been
yeah.
like that for years. I never changed. With other people,
Meanwhile, it's a whole fight. She'll text him being like, does Solange hate me? Is she mad at me? And I'm like, bro, I'm like, I'm not even upstate. I'm in the city right now. Like, I'm in city mode. I'm on go time. I'm like doing what I need to do in the city. Like, we haven't talked in literally 2.5, 3 weeks.
Because you're just doing you and focusing
Exactly.
on what
She'll
you
be
gotta
like,
get
why
done.
does she hate me right now? Cause
So-
all these little scenarios to be like,
so I wonder
that's
with
just like projection on their end.
Yeah.
But it's like if there's been time in our friendship, like we know each other for like 10 plus years by now, and you know how this is I am. So why haven't you, I guess, grown accustomed or like build that,
Or adapted.
adapted to that? You know what I'm saying? Like there's been years to this, and
It
why
might not be something they like, or it's still maybe they're still trying to accept that. Especially if you're going through a hard
10
time.
years though?
But especially if you're going through a difficult time in life, like as a friend, and like I was talking to you before, like sometimes you just have to be the bigger person, and it's hard. But like
me.
when you see somebody going through certain things, and even though they might be accustomed to you a certain way, like if you really care about somebody and like you really love them, like
Excuse me.
I don't want to say go out your way, but you'll just be the bigger person and just like.
but what's the bigger person when
I-
you're
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
What's the bigger person when your max has reached the limit as to like you're not respecting my boundaries and my compromisation, and you're constantly wanting me to bend over backwards for you just because you're constantly in this
But her
cycle.
feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think at that point, all you could do is just be honest and like say where you're drawing your lines and your limits, and say that you love them, and of course you're always going to be there to support them, and if they ever need anything, but you just got to draw that line of wherever like that line needs to be drawn. Like.
Yeah.
But I do think if like certain people are going through things and they're not in the right headspace, that like if you do love them, like you will just like reach out and just make sure that like they're okay. You know what I'm saying?
Certain times, yes, I agree
I
with
ain't
that.
shit for that then. There depends. It depends. It depends. It depends.
It's-
it depends.
And not saying you're a bad person if you don't, because everybody deals
Situational.
with their
It's
life. Like you have
situational.
your own life and you're doing shit yourself. So
It's
like,
situational too.
you're not obligated, but you know, it's just a
Heavily-
thought.
It's heavily situational because every situation is different.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I could, there's times then I will swallow the bullet
You will do it, yeah.
and do what you gotta do, but
Sometimes you won't.
sometimes you won't, and
I
I
think-
feel like that's okay.
I think also you have like a scoring system even, and I hate to say that, but sometimes it's like, all right, well, I've been here for you. I've been that person. I've been
So many
consistent, and
times, yeah.
now that I'm taking time for myself and doing this, now you want to be all upset and feeling
Yes.
no,
Yeah.
Yes.
That's understandable, yeah.
you know.
Totally. Damn, what was my question? Oh yes, my icebreaker question before we finally get into things. So piggybacking off of that. I'll ask you first. Do you think, because you're very hands-on with your craft salons, like you like to be in control with a lot of things.
Do I really?
You prefer it. I'll say that.
Okay.
You prefer it.
Because I feel like I'm extremely flexible when things don't go my way.
You're flexible, but it's like,
I'd prefer for it not to be flexible.
yeah, like,
But if it
let's
is
say
what it
they
is.
said, yo, Solange, you're in charge of this. You're going to make sure you put your all into that. And, like, you don't
Okay.
really want, I mean, you'll accept help,
Yeah.
but it's like, it's still my, like, I'm going to still be 95% on this, but
Yeah.
I'll allow that other 5% for help. Does that make any sense?
It does.
So, like, it's like with my podcast, like, I don't ask you guys for help that much. Like, I'm really 98% of this shit.
Oh, God.
And the 2% I might ask y'all for help. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. So, do you feel like if you had a person... Damn, how am I going to do this?
Like an assistant?
Not even assistant, but, like, you know how you say you want to reach out to certain people and, like, collab or, like, ask for help and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's kind of a, not disservice, but it's like you kind of don't have a lot of faith in yourself to do that on your own? Certain things on your own?
Yes, but I feel like I already know that I have it. I think that's just a self-sabotage tendency.
How's
It
that
could
so-
also be that she just doesn't want to bother people to have to help her.
That too. That too. There are certain things because I know where he's coming from because he's like, he knows I have all these connections in order to just like, yo, why don't you just collab? Why don't you just put something out? Why don't you just like do this? Like we even have a project that we are working on,
Timing.
trying to get it together.
It is timing. It's
And that
timing. It's the
too.
people. It's a lot of different factors that go into.
Yeah. Because it's also like once you build that relationship with another person, you have to be willing to also lean on them. It has to do with like what mentality they're in, the timing that they have to go around them as well. And it's like when you know you're doing your own project and it's just like your thing, it's based off of your own timing and you have control of that. So it's kind of...
It's also knowing the right people who are willing to be like, you know what, I know this is important to you. And I'm going to take the time and the energy and the resources to be able to support you in that project. And not everybody is willing to do that.
Does it take a lot to relinquish that control? Because I remember, I think it was the second time I met you. We was at, I think the Brooklyn Art Cave. I
Yeah.
think we was at. And I think it was your first time actually collabing with somebody. And I think you said something like, this is the first time I'm like allowing someone to help me with a project. Because usually hands-on. Like you control
Yeah.
every fucking aspect of everything type shit.
Yeah.
Was it hard for you to like relinquish that?
It was very difficult to relinquish that. It's hard to lose on the reins when you've got a tight ship going
Right.
and you know how everything works.
Exactly.
For sure.
But also being able to let that go, like trusting someone enough to be like, all right, I'm handling this to you, and now I'm gonna be in the front of the house. Like you're in charge. That's like it's nice to be able to find someone who's willing to pick up that slack and see the vision the way you want it to be seen and execute it that way. And it's a trial and error type of thing about finding the right person or team to be able to work with.
Yeah, yeah. Quick question: do you ever feel the need to not force maybe certain collaborations, or do you feel like it's necessary to kind of at times force certain things to happen?
Yes, to both. There's definitely times where someone will come up to me with this idea, and I'm pretty good at reading people. I've become pretty good at reading people and knowing whether it's a pipe dream and knowing it's something that they can actually accomplish with or without your help.
Okay.
And that is a
big
thing,
yes.
a big thing. And I even myself, because I had to like see myself and realize I'm talking a lot of shit, and don't get me wrong, I'm the queen of talking shit into existence. Like, that's how I manifest half of the things that I create. But like, I'm also like, is this really like feasible for me to show up this way? Can I really show up with all these pieces, or can I really make this range of whatever? So I think being able to read people in that sense is very difficult. And I'm thankful. I'm thankful that I can be like, hey, Solange, I need like 3 dancers to come and do this for me, you know? And she's always like, I'm ready to go. And I feel like it's because we've built that trust now. She knows she's not doing it for free, you know, she's doing it for something, and she's also working on herself. So I think it's just a matter of finding people. And I understand. Like, there's dancers, like, I'm like, oh, I really want this person to do a video for me.
Yeah.
But it's like, damn, I'm taking them out of their day. They have to come all the way over here. I have to fit them. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot that I'm asking. So knowing how much you're asking for and knowing whether the person is going to be able to
fulfill that, yeah. Because I'm sure a lot of people just in, like, the industry you guys are in, like, it's a lot of, I don't want to, like, gassing up the heads and, like, making promises that they might not be able to fulfill.
It's mostly they're gassing themselves up to the point of like if I can talk it up, I can give myself the confidence to make this work.
Make it happen, yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's honestly, it's a good tactic to have. It's not bad, especially in our industry, because
Is
like,
it?
you need to have the confidence to be able to do it.
Yeah.
The shitty part is when you're not able to
Fulfill
provide
that.
and fulfill that.
Yeah.
So once you talk all this shit, but you don't have the
You can't
evidence
back
to
it
back
up.
it up,
That's what I'm
then
saying.
that's when it becomes an issue.
And it's your reputation at that time on the
Right.
line.
Yeah, because now you're gonna be a big talker, but everyone's gonna know you to be something else.
Yes. And that's one of my things. I'm like, I am not trying to talk a big game and not show up with
That's
the
what I'm saying,
product or
yeah.
the experience that I'm hoping to show.
Right.
So yeah.
I learned I hope I'm not like violating any inappropriate codes. I learned that early. Yo, when I was younger, I used to talk so much big game to certain women that I wanted to get. And every time I would talk big game, anytime I would talk my big shit, that's always the time I fucked up. Like, and I just talk, like, from early, I'm just like, I'm never
It's
gonna,
my
like.
biggest thing with dating.
Yeah.
My biggest thing with dating.
For
Do not
sure.
come out the gate talking about
Talking
all
that big
this and all
shit,
of that,
yeah.
and I
Right.
do this and I do that, because 2 months in and I'm not seeing any of this.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean like money. I'm not seeing no creation. I'm not seeing you spending time doing your art or whatever it is you want to do. We are not on the same level.
Yeah.
We are not on the same, because I know what level I'm in. I know where I'm trying to get to.
Right.
And you have to match that. You have to come in being able to provide something so that I can also support you the way you're supporting me. You know what I mean?
100%.
And people talk a lot of shit when they're trying to get with somebody.
They
Nah,
do.
people do. People do.
Shit.
I definitely have too,
Oh
Ron. I hear
my
you.
God. What?
I definitely have.
What? And then I gotta, oh my God, anytime that happens, then I gotta like be like, I was just bullshit, right? Like, I was just talking that shit. I'm I'm not bullshitting, but I was talking shit.
You know what's funny, bro? I would keep talking about it, and then eventually I would do it. You know what it is with me?
Yeah,
like, I'm a
eventually
talker,
it happens.
and I'm just going to prolong until it, like, I'm going to prolong it.
It's bad for me because I'm a pusher.
Yeah.
So if you tell me you want to do X, Y, and Z,
Then what's
I'm gonna
up?
keep pushing you to do X,
Do
Y,
it.
and Z. So
Right.
don't get mad at me when I start nagging you, like, oh, you're not doing this, or you could be
Okay.
doing better. You could be doing more.
Facts. Facts.
It
Not
becomes
that
an issue
person.
when the person is not up to the pusher in me. And I've been in relationships where it's like I'm crippling this person because I'm being pushy. So now I have to like back off.
So how do you? Do you feel like you would need somebody in the middle where someone like is about that, but also is kind of like he's not gonna talk too much, or she's not gonna talk too much, and be like,
I want your art. I want whatever you do to speak for you.
got you,
The same way that I feel like my work speaks for me.
got you.
You know, like you can, by viewing my social media, you can tell whether I'm on a roll or I'm not because I'm not posting. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then there's people who never post.
Your facts.
That's true.
And never post anything, but they are doing shit in the background, and other
Yeah.
people are posting them, and other people are showing what they're doing.
Facts.
True.
So it's unfortunately like dating and with people with business, it's all about going through their social media, seeing what their work is, who are they collaborating with, when was the last time they did a project, how was that project, did people show up to that like it's a lot. It's a lot to vet.
Yeah.
Because when you're putting your name along with somebody else's name, and you're bringing your people, and they're bringing their people to create a bigger whatever.
Platform, yeah.
Yeah.
And you want to be able to provide that same support that they're supporting you, whether that's in experience or, people coming.
Yeah.
100%.
No, I hear that.
100%.
Because that's. Oh, I'm sorry. You want to refill?
No, I'm sorry. Can you just pass the poppy? I know we're not sponsored or anything, but I just
You got to put like a piece of tape on the front.
Yeah.
put a piece of tape because Poppy, we did email you and you did, you
done
kind of
that
played
shit.
us. You told us to get bigger and then come back.
No way.
They did.
Pretty much.
They
Not
did.
They said we like y'all, but y'all ain't got enough views.
Oh, who wrote the email?
Dante.
Dante, you're gonna have to help me because I've been wanting to find like a champagne to sponsor my events.
Get
Honest-
Poppy. Please hit up Poppy.
Honestly,
Honestly, get a lot of like
I'm too small for them, obviously.
No, you
Nah,
actually
you
have
might
a
get it.
decent
You might
following.
get
They
it.
might
You might
actually
get
hit
it.
you up.
Yeah?
They might actually hit
Because
you
the
up.
only reason why they responded us because we posted a clip out and Solange was the one that talked to Poppy and stuff like that. Then
Yeah.
they commented under Solange's reel.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
cute.
And they
Oh,
said,
shit.
yeah.
it went a little viral.
And went a little viral. And then they DM'd. I DM'd.
Maybe we could do like a little promo, like lingerie and Pappy.
No, I'm saying
They might do that.
They might. I'm telling you, it might do that. But
Because even though they weren't fucking with us, it's okay. Y'all also low key.
No,
Like, they're a low-key brand.
Oh, okay. I was
No,
about to
not
say-
that- no,
I was
they're
say,
like-
don't say nothing bad. 'Cause we-
Consider
No, no,
finding
they're
like
like a
a
low-key brand, too.
black-owned
like company.
wine or
That's
alcohol
true,
company.
too.
that'll be dope.
That's
I would
true
fucking
too.
love that.
Yo, Snoop Dogg,
Come
where
on,
you at?
Or
Diddy,
even
Jay,
like a-
what's up? What's
Or even
up?
like a local
Thanks.
brewery or
Shannon
something.
Sharp too, man. But
That's true. I like that idea. I like that.
fuck, what was I saying? I guess that's my struggle right now because I always think to myself to like, have people come in and like help me with like the podcast and stuff like that. Because a lot of stuff I slack on. I'm not gonna hold you. Like I slack on a lot of shit.
Same.
But I struggle with trusting people, and people, like you say, will talk a lot, and then when I tell you to do something, you show me your ass. Like we had I had a whole bunch of people that came here, and like take pictures or like do other stuff on the side. Maybe like be like my secretary. Like tell me like the guests, and I can't find you. Like I'm hitting you up, you're not responding to me, type shit, and it's like. And I guess that's my question. It's like asking for help, and like I guess it's also because I might be jaded, or I might just be like triggered with like it's my trust issues again. Like I have a massive issue with trusting people with certain things.
Same.
So
Same.
I guess it's funny. That's why I guess I asked y'all that question because I know a big thing in y'all, what you call it, environment is like connections and like knowing people and helping and people helping you to get to certain places. And I've always struggled. Like I remember, I would always tell Solange, like I don't know how I would be in the dance industry because I don't trust nobody. Like I don't think I could afford to put my trust in this one person, and if they don't follow up with me, it's gonna be hard for me to go to the next person and trust them with that
That's
same
a life
shit.
lesson, though. You
That
have to
is.
you have to learn that lesson with every aspect of your life, with every person in your life. So it's something you're gonna have to overcome, and the only way to overcome it is by saying,
Keep doing it, type shit.
"Hey, so and so, can you help me with this?" And if they follow through and they help you, great. And then you dictate, "I want to work with them again," or "I don't want to work with them again because I liked how they did this, but I didn't like how they did this."
Right.
And that's how you build your team. And it's gonna keep going on and on like that. And eventually, maybe that one person that you really did like is gonna fuck you over.
That's true.
And that's just another lesson
That
you're gonna
does
have to
happen.
learn.
Yeah.
It's just about
it could
putting
be like a
yourself out
10.
there.
Yeah. But you're never gonna get help if you don't ask for it.
Don't do it, yeah.
That just reminded me of Selena. Oh my God, talk about it. Cause Selena's her assistant was like a big ass fan for like
Crazy.
5-7+
And
years.
then turn the Hungilda.
Exactly.
Wait, what?
Selena.
You don't know the movie
big
Selena?
star.
I never watched the movie, but I know she died. I never watched the movie. I didn't know her assistant was the one that.
Her
The
assistant,
president of her fan club.
the president of her fan club shot her in her hotel.
I gotta watch that movie or read that
That
documentary.
was my favorite movie growing up as a kid. I'm not gonna hold
Yeah.
you.
Wow. Why? Was she
thing
just
for
jealous?
She was jealous,
John Lennon too?
overzealous.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a big fan of his. Of somebody who we like met a
Who
few
was
days
that?
prior. John Lennon from the Beatles.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What? I
Didn't
gotta
he
watch
say he shot him because of the Catcher of the Rye, the book?
No,
Was that John Lennon or was that Versace?
Oh, fuck
Versace too. I think some shit similar happened to Versace.
Very
too.
crazy.
No.
But yeah.
You gotta watch people. Like the people closer to you could be the ones that hurt
Nah,
you.
facts.
Yeah.
You know?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But I do feel like you do
You alone too with your shit. You don't think about like getting people to help you with certain things.
all the time. Man,
But-
I'm trying.
Well, Kavan's been trying to gain a group. for
What I
like a minute.
recommend is going to events that you enjoy and vetting their people. Who's showing up, who's doing what, and talk to them. Be like, hey, I would love to collab with you. I would love to try and do a project with you. Start small. Nothing crazy, nothing over the top, and that's
That's
gonna
true.
sink you both. Just something easy, small, and then you work your way up from there.
Yeah.
See how your schedules work, see how your vibes
Excuse me.
work. That's the best way to do it. But go to events that you like.
That part.
Because events that you like will have people that you like.
Yeah, I need to start
Like-minded
going to
people.
events. I need to start going to network events.
It'd be
Yeah.
hard. It'd be
I
hard
mean,
for me
shout
to
out
do.
Magic. Magic
Shout out
always has
Magic.
those
Magic definitely does
events.
that. Shout out to
Magic is
Magic.
Jersey's finest. It'd just be hard, man. Like
She is from
yo,
Jersey. Oh shit, yeah.
Chelsea Patterson.
Oh
Patterson
my
all day.
gosh, keep going.
Yeah, it just be yo. I know for me personally, like, and I feel like we're pretty similar, but like, and I feel like I always say this. I just really, really like, and it's probably on my end, but I really feel bad trying to force things, like, and especially if I feel like I'm always like I want to be able to offer you just as much as like you
Yeah.
could offer me. So it's always a lot of pressure being like, damn, am I gonna be able to like fulfill an obligation or is this person going to be able to benefit and me as well? Like, that's why I'm always like, damn, I need to make sure my shit is like on point first before I can help somebody else or, work with somebody else.
Right.
But maybe that's not always the best mindset to have because somebody like, that's how you get to the next step is with help and with collaboration and, support from other people. So,
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I feel like me and you, like, I feel like you're getting better at like connecting. And
I'm
networking,
bro. I'm trying, bro. But I think I'm just jaded because it's been mad organic. Like even with Solange, it was mad organic. And I guess I get a kick when people show interest 1st before we have a conversation with you.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
you have
if
to
you-
know they're actually genuinely
Yeah,
interested.
like
and
if
they're
you're
not
already
just trying to-
interested from the jump,
that shows.
that's all I need.
Okay.
Like I just need consistency, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like
I
even
was
though
thinking
she said she wasn't really interested,
What kind of help are you looking for? Put it out into the world right now. See if
Social media
hits you
marketing.
up.
I definitely need somebody
And
on social
branding.
media. I suck at social media.
Yeah.
Well, you don't. you
Nah,
don't
I suck.
It's just
Nah, we
having,
suck,
like-
bro.
It's
don't
impossible.
suck.
It's impossible to be great on social media if you don't understand the way their algorithms work.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
not. It's not a personal attack on you specifically. It's
Right.
it's a personal attack on any small creator right now.
And it's a business too. Like people don't realize a lot of times, like not only like is there a formula to like the algorithm, but like you would realize it's also business. You have to put in like money into it. You have to like time. Like it's a lot. It's a full-time job if you want
It is
to
a
make
full-time
It
job.
and get the results.
No, it is.
So, like a lot of people have to realize like at times it does happen organically where somebody just
Yeah.
or automatically just get a huge following out of like something organic, but
Excuse me.
most of the times it's like very
Hit or miss.
calculated. It's very calculated and very like intentional with certain people who get put on.
But
you know
that's
what
why I
I'm saying?
appreciate our social media at least because I feel like even though we don't have the following,
organic.
we got a lot of it's
You
organic,
have
which is
consistent.
why we
You have people who want to come and see what you're
exactly like we have consistent views. We have people who are constantly
Loyalty.
watching, even though we don't have even not loyalty, even haters. Just like we have people watching constantly.
No,
It's
facts.
like
up to. Yeah.
and that's a-okay too because that's still
That's what
Of
you
you.
need because
Yeah.
what you need is people to be talking about you, talking under your post or
Yeah.
your reels.
and that's why I'm never pressed about it. Like, yeah, we don't have the biggest following, but we have a lot of people viewing our work. And we have, like, even if they're not following the page, a lot of people from events that we bring each other to, they'll be like, yo, we watched the podcast, we saw a clip, we like it. It's always something.
It's very difficult. It's very difficult to stay consistent
Yeah, that's
because it's literally always changing. Like what's in style is always changing, and they're always changing their platform. I hadn't posted in like 3 weeks, and then I finally posted last week, and everything was different. The whole layout was different. Like I had to
Yeah.
relearn everything again, and I'm like, this is driving
They
me
change
insane.
shit, bro. They change shit
So-
all the fucking time. Okay.
You could learn one way, and then a week later you go to post, and you're like, oh, this didn't work at all.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, constantly changing.
Definitely.
I go on YouTube a lot, and I check like IG updates or TikTok updates. Like, what can I get from these people to help me grow my brand? Like,
I
my
love me some
Instagram.
YouTube. Oh my
Nah,
god.
YouTube is
So
my
I'm so
favorite
obsessed,
app.
it's bad.
I fucking love YouTube.
Yeah, it's like the new
YouTube's my
university. Like,
No,
you
that
can
No,
learn
it is.
anything.
You can learn anything.
You can learn anything from YouTube. YouTube's my favorite app ever,
Yeah.
bro. I love
Speaking
fucking YouTube.
about learning anything, Danny, what do you do?
What do I do? Oh, I make underwear.
It's like,
Yes, I undress people from their everyday clothes, and then I put them in something that makes them feel like superheroes, I think.
Superheroes. I
that.
like
I
that.
want to know how long you've been like into like sewing and like designing garments. Like, when did this start? Has this always been an early thing, or you picked this on later on in life?
I was always very much interested in clothing in general. My mother was a seamstress. She used to sew all my costumes and my dresses and
Okay.
my friends and my sisters. But I fell in love for sure when I was like 14 and I got my first collectible Barbie doll.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
She was wearing a black ball gown with like this pink shawl on her, and I was obsessed. And ever since then, I just started drawing and drawing. And I would draw, my mother would make it, and it was a great team work that we had.
Okay.
When it came to sewing, I was trash. I didn't have the patience. I didn't have like it. I just didn't want to do it. I didn't feel like I could.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
And my mom
Nah, it's
didn't have
tedious
the
as hell.
patience to
It
teach me
is,
either. It was
yes.
more like, just move, I'll do it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't until she passed away that I started actually like really honing my sewing skills.
Okay.
And then I started Danny Threads about 6 years ago.
Okay.
And I decided it was going to be focused on lingerie. And that was because I was small, I was tiny. I couldn't find anything that fit me the way I wanted it to. And I wanted to feel sexy.
Right.
I was in my 20s. I wasn't a little kid. But I'm very petite in frame, and that was very difficult to find. So I just started making it myself.
And when you started Denny Threads, it was always intentionally to be lingerie, and like, or was it, or did you have an intent on like, I don't know, being open with the different concepts? Like, maybe one day you might want to make outerwear. Or like
Yes.
different
So
things.
I kept the name Danny Threads because it just like Danny can thread whatever the fuck she wants later down the line.
Right.
Okay.
So I get bored easily. So that's
Right.
why I don't create like the same thing in multiple sizes. So I create one of a kinds for that same reason because I get bored.
Right.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. What was I gonna say? So Danny Threads has been going on for, you said, about 6 years now?
Yeah.
6 years now. Okay. So how am I trying to ask this question?
Ask away.
So how do you go about doing the fitting for people when you do have people come in?
Want to have people come over?
Yeah.
So beforehand, I like to send like a little questionnaire, kind of get to know what the person is interested in. If there's something that they already have an eye on, I have them show that to me, and I ask them for like their generic sizes. For the most part, I like to pre-create something for them in like a practice fabric, just so I can get like the idea of their fit, so they have something to actually try on aside from just trying on anything that they want. Like they have like a vision, so they can come in and then I can fit them to what they're liking, and that usually works out pretty well for me. But when they're there, I get to know them a little bit better. It's kind of like a therapy session. We kind of get to know how we feel about our bodies, how we show up
Yeah.
in the world, what makes you feel sexy, what doesn't. Is it something that you're sharing for yourself or you're sharing with a partner? That kind of stuff. And it's kind of just like getting to know, opening them up to be a little bit more vulnerable because they're about to get naked in front of me.
Yeah.
So I want them to feel comfortable.
Right.
And I'm also in lingerie when I'm doing my fittings so that they're as naked as I am.
So they
at
feel
some
comfortable,
point.
yeah.
Okay.
And that seems to work out pretty well. I haven't had any bad encounters.
So what made you want to start with the custom fitting? Because I know some people just like have, make all the clothing, have the size, and that's it. Like, I don't want you to come and I'll custom fit your stuff. Like, what made you want to actually custom fit people?
I hated going to dressing rooms. Like, I hated shopping in general. Shopping was not my thing. I was always too small for everything. Nothing ever fit. Shopping would be like me in the worst attitude ever. Like,
Really?
Yes.
Screaming. I felt
Upset.
that.
So you hate
angry.
shopping even till then? Like, now you don't like shopping like that?
I love shoe shopping. That you can never take away from me. But like shopping for clothes, even now, is still an issue. Like there was a year in middle school where I wore skirts for a whole year because I couldn't find pants that fit me. I was just too tiny. It was just weird. So, what was your question?
What made you want to do custom fittings?
Oh yeah, so I hated going into dressing rooms, and I hated having to like ask for a different size or ask for something else. And I was like, you know what? I want to kind of give back that like luxury feeling of going to a super fancy like agent provocateur type of place where you go, you get seated, you're given champagne, you're kind of pampered a little bit, and it's all about you. There's no one else in the room. You're not comparing yourself to the person next to you who's trying to buy the same outfit as you.
Right.
Because there is no other outfit. Like what you're coming for is only for you and no one else. So that's kind of what I wanted to give.
Yeah.
I like that.
And you'll be surprised of like just the experience, like how that can change a customer's experience when they get that custom one-on-one like experience and time.
I felt like a bad bitch. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
No,
that was a great experience.
Yeah, for sure. That's dope though. That's really dope as hell.
Yeah, you gonna
We've
go?
been trying to put you on.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I
come
know.
through.
I want to. Yo, trust me. Like, I want to fuck with. Like, I definitely checked out. Like,
Are you dating anyone?
Yes.
See, you can have a couples date.
Yes.
It's
Couples
a great
date, yeah.
date night experience.
For
I
sure.
tell everyone, you guys can come in, you get a little, whatever drink you want, and you get to watch each other try on outfits and pick stuff out for each other. It's super cute.
Yeah. No, I definitely want to like experience that. Yeah.
I was just watching me, bro. She had a grand old time.
I had a great time.
I'm sure.
I love it. There's been some babies that have come out of the lingerie's experience.
I'm sure about
some
that.
wedding proposals have come out.
Oh, wow.
So it's been good, yeah.
Oh, that's fucking
Aw.
dope. That's fucking dope.
The wedding proposals really got it. That's crazy.
That's
I would be
fucking
like, white,
So
half-ass naked. You want to get married?
I want to know. I'm sorry to cut you off, Dante. Do you do this like full time? Is this like a full time endeavor at the moment?
I want to say yes. It's
Excuse
my
me.
full-time life, but I do have a side
Like
gig.
side hustle
I have
and
a
stuff?
freelance job, and I also have like a part-time job.
Okay.
So, but it was for a point. It was like 3 years of me just doing Danny threads.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
wow.
pandemic hit, and now I gotta catch up on some
Yeah,
stuff.
for sure.
That's
I
a fact.
totally understand that.
So how did you and Solange meet?
At a casting.
Really?
You remember Frida?
Yes.
So Frida put
Shout out to Frida.
on.
Check her out. She got a new single coming out.
She
Facts.
does.
Shout out
She
Frida.
does.
Shout out to Frida.
We met at a casting. Frida was putting on a fashion show in 2019.
Yeah.
I was just getting into the modeling world, into the fashion world.
Back then.
Danny had short hair.
I
Actually.
know,
I was just thinking that.
Wow,
I was
look at the
like,
outfit. Wow.
Danny had really short hair.
Yeah.
And I had my really long locks, looking like Danny's right now, actually. But
Longer, yeah.
I was really excited. I was like, I wasn't one of the first people, but Danny walked in, and I just did my walk for Frida's show. And then Danny was like, do you girls want to try on any of the pieces that I have right now? And I was super eager. I was like, holy shit, I've never done lingerie before. I'm really excited. Hell fucking yeah. And that was our first show, and I guess it just hit off ever since.
It was great. She
Yeah.
was great. She walked down the runway. She gave everybody a little drop.
I still have that
Came
walk.
up.
Oh.
It's just so graceful. It's how can I know?
So
That was my first
graceful.
time.
So she's like one of my OGs now.
That was my
Oh,
first time
Solange
ever being.
OG.
I know. I know. Right?
Now
Crying
there's
clown
like
right?
no Danny show without her.
I
I
like
appreciate
that.
it.
And it's
I've been
evolved because now she performs at the
Yeah.
show.
People perform
Yeah,
at the
it's
shows.
exciting.
Yeah.
You gotta
It's
pop out,
fun.
Karan. I
No,
can tell
honestly.
you.
No, trust me.
Oh, you haven't been to an event?
Nope.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
He ain't come nowhere. You remember
Bobby
him talking about having the
How
dick
we
out
gonna
and all
come to
that
your
stuff?
birthday to
That's
have your
right.
dick
Oh,
out?
are you the one with the ass out?
Yeah. He was like, why can't I come to the lingerie party with my
Yup.
dick out? How come I can't just take
I
the
was just
tip?
trying to check the temperature of what exactly is.
Nobody wants to
Part.
see dick and vagina, but titties and
Why?
chest and ass is okay.
But why not?
Because it's not the space for it. That's you
Oh,
you
wait,
say that
did-
for the privacy of your
Oh,
own
you said
session.
no vaginas, right?
Titties
Yeah,
and
Okay, that's
yeah,
fine.
yeah, yeah.
If you just said no dick and I want to see vagina, I have a little problem with that.
I
but-
would have a problem with that too, but
Okay,
no,
if
we
you
don't
say-
discriminate here.
Solange was making it seem like you only want the women body parts out and no men body parts.
No.
Because we were talking about
want-
titties and how titties were okay, but I was like, I don't know about your whole entire dick out.
Honestly, in a perfect world, I want my events to everyone to come in dressed in their version of underwear, loungewear, like sensual wear, whatever that means for you. If it means for you to be with your dick out, I might ask you to like put a jock strap on.
Okay, I respect that.
You know, just because we don't got the girls walking around with their clits out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Danny, can I ask a challenge of you now that we're talking about this?
Yeah.
It's funny. We were talking about nipple pasties the first time right before your birthday. That pod drops. Do you think it's feasible to make a dick pasty? And what would a dick pasty look like?
I thought about this. And my thought would be like, would it only be on the tip? Would it
what
want
I'm
it to be
talking
like a
about.
glove or like
I
a
said
hat?
on the
Like,
tip. I said on
Like,
the tip.
imagine, like,
because like if you've ever gone to like a sex shop, they have like the elephant.
Yes.
Yes.
the trunk that
Yes.
covers the shaft.
Exactly.
And
but
then
the
the
balls
balls
are
are just
out.
And then the balls.
That's
are
what
out.
I was
seen
saying,
that.
I'm
bro.
letting y'all know right now, I'm never gonna be in this situation. But my balls is out,
Why
but
not?
I'm covering my tip.
Oh
If
my
my balls are
God.
out, my whole thing, my whole
You know,
Johnson is
but-
gonna be out. Like,
Nah, bro. We
The
out
point is
there.
for you to show. You can come in boxers. You can come in lounge pants. You can wear a
Yes.
robe. It's
Come
whatever
on,
you
Karan.
feel
I know.
comfortable
Yeah.
in.
You don't want to be about
You
that,
just
bro?
wanted to challenge us and
First
say
of all,
you want
I
to be with
hate
your
that
dick
they
out.
even chose that clip because that was at the very end of the podcast, and I hate that I met Danny and she's mad mature. It was her like attitude, so now I'm just like, damn,
I
gotta
can be immature.
Be immature, Danny. Now you got me all serious. I gotta be all serious and shit now. Like,
Nah, come on.
nah, I
man.
definitely want to fuck with Danny. Like, I definitely respect. Like, I've checked out her work, and I'm phony because I didn't follow her. I'm gonna follow
It's
her
alright,
after
you can
this.
follow
but
me after this.
After this, I'm following
Yeah.
her. But no, she's definitely like super talented. And
Thank
so you're saying you kind of started. Your mother got you into like sewing around 14. Damn. So like you've been doing this for over a decade.
Yeah, I've been doing it for a while.
Like just designing and like putting garments together, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I did 2 years in college. I hated going to school, to
Okay.
be honest. So that wasn't something I was gonna keep doing.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And it was more like a fast track of like learn everything in 2
Okay.
years kind of thing, which
Right.
you can't. It's impossible.
Yeah.
So a lot of the lingerie, I've just been teaching myself how to do
Just
it.
self-taught. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. And like in a field like this, do you feel like it's necessary to like go to schooling, or do you feel like it's mainly about the experience? And as far as like the fashion / like garment construction world,
I.
do you think it's
okay.
necessary for schooling?
No,
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
I don't think it's necessary to go to school.
Okay.
But it depends on the level of sewing you want to get
Excuse
to.
me.
So, okay.
That I definitely do. YouTube is amazing.
Mhm.
And nowadays you have people who have branched out and have opened their own like Patreon sites on their own websites
Yep.
that go into even deeper depth of like construction and tailoring and even shoemaking. Like there's everything now. So I don't think that you need to go to school and spend all that money, especially if you're not a school type of person. That may not be the right environment for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody learns different.
Yeah. That's very.
Some
true.
people like the structure of school and being able to like. I had to sit in 4-hour sessions, so it was like 4 hours
Oh
of
my
pattern
goodness.
making. It's hard. It's
Yeah.
hard to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, I
No,
can't do
but
that.
I agree because I feel like this is like, it's very hands on. So like I feel like it's necessary to like maybe take courses,
Yeah.
and sewing classes, patterning, like, garment construction, like all of that is necessary. But I'm sorry, I've just been having a school conversation with everybody a lot. So like I'm asking everybody's take on like, is it necessary for a higher like education for whatever field they're in? But you're saying in this field, you think you could just completely do it hands-on and just get the experience from either online or taking classes.
I do. But it also depends on where you want to go
Or
with
you're
it.
trying to get to it. What level you're trying
Right.
to get
At what
to
level do you want to get to? Because
Okay.
like I know designers who design, and their construction is not that great, but people still purchase because they support the person. They support the person that made it. You know. And then I know people who have gone to school and their construction is fucking impeccable, but they probably sew basic shit.
Okay.
Because anything else is like gonna cost a ridiculous amount of money. It's basically
Facts.
couture at that point.
And they're
Facts.
already stressed out from the freaking shit they had to do with for school. Already burnt
Yeah.
out. That makes sense.
Facts. Do you want kids?
No,
That was
Where
really
did that come
random.
from?
Was
Wow.
No, because talking about school and like kids
no, I
going
don't
to
want
school.
children. I have a cat. That's
That's the child.
that's my baby,
I hear that.
and my business is my baby. Really, that's my first.
I hear that.
Yeah.
I hear that.
That's
Damn.
such a random
was
question.
You
so
was talking about
random.
school
It's-
kids.
you know what? It's
same
okay. I
thing.
ask everybody that question. I do. I ask everybody that question. I want to know.
It's a good question.
Yeah. Do you want to be a parent? You really want to parent
Yeah.
somebody into this world?
If we weren't gonna die in 15 years, I wouldn't mind it.
You know what I mean?
Stop
Like
saying that
on
to
top
me.
of it's not even like me personally. It's like I'm bringing them into what this
Yeah.
corrupted, money hungry society. I
Right.
don't have a solid family base to know that they're gonna support them in the event that I die.
Something
I'm
happens.
good.
That's a
I
fact.
have a cat.
I'm
That's a
screaming.
cat.
I'm gonna grow old with her.
I respect that view.
Come on now, talk your shit. I had one more question. Fuck. So
This puppy's
Do you
sitting.
want kids?
I do. I think just one.
Okay.
Just one?
I really just want one. If it like I would, I don't know how she feels. I don't
I
think
wouldn't mind 2, but 2 would be my limit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cause I wouldn't want that boy girl combination, but I wouldn't like.
Facts.
I would want the older boy and then the younger daughter. I
wouldn't-
don't know how much I really want that, but we here.
Yeah, like I
It's
think.
funny. We both talked about it. We agreed on like if we were to ever get impregnated, we definitely would want a boy because we would not know how to deal with a second me.
Yeah, I don't think I could do it with a girl.
She could turn into you though.
Don't say it like that.
No, God.
Yo, a girl me would be out of here, bro. That's my yeah.
I would probably want to
What
kill
a
her
girl
every
me would be a
day.
G, bro. She'll
I
be
would
a
wanna kill
fucking
her every
G.
fucking day.
She'll be a G.
I would be
yo.
so fucking
What?
miserable.
A girl me would be G.
How about you? You want kids?
Yeah, I want
He want like 500 kids.
want a
Yeah,
lot
he
of
wants to
kids.
spread his seed like Nick Cannon.
All right. I mean, that's a whole nother can of worms. So that's like
But
I can
believe,
commend the fact that he can afford all of them, but there's
Yeah.
no way that you can be a father figure to
Why not?
absolutely all 11 of those
Why
children.
not though?
You can't spend Christmas with all of them and not
Talk
have
your
issues
shit.
with all their baby mamas.
But you
I'm
can.
That
saying.
is, ooh, that's
if you
tea.
I'm
have,
just saying.
but if you have a community, but that's the thing though. Like
If you have a strong community, that shit crazy. But I hope y'all are healed.
But-
the sounds of it, none of his
But-
baby mamas like really get along with each
But
other.
that's well. First of all, like this is just by the Western like standard of living. Like you guys have to realize the majority of the people
I
in the
know.
world is Islamic, and first like everybody has different views. But I know
Yes.
for me personally, like I just want a lot of kids because I feel like I have just a different mindset of like just thinking and like.
But you want a lot of kids with the same woman.
That's feasible. That's
That's a different. It's a different
yeah.
topic. It's a different conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's been a
but
thing.
you know what? Even if it's not with the same woman, I just believe in just having a strong community. So even if like it would happen to be different women, like I would ideally prefer the same woman, but like.
But you're not
it's more-
intentionally
it's
going
more-
out and having sex with Solange and having sex
But
with
it's-
Rebecca and having sex with specifically for the not fucking casual sex, specifically for the reason to impregnate them.
Yeah.
That's a difference.
Yeah, but I think there's nothing wrong with that.
That
If
is
you
different.
have if you have similar views with like the baby mother or whatever parent that you want to raise a child with, because everybody just have different views, and I feel like as long as you're able to like teach a kid and spend personal time, and you have the finance and funds to support a kid, there's nothing wrong with having like a whole bunch of kids, even if it's with multiple women. But it's just like the mindset and the time you spend and the teachings that like you teach your kids. You know what I'm saying?
So now that we're on this topic, I have a question to kind of tie into the family tea that I was getting into earlier. Because I'm a person who has 7+ siblings. And
Yes, you do.
I do. I really do.
Yes,
I have
you do.
7+ siblings. And I love my parents deeply. And I know they weren't the best parental figures of the fucking world. Like, they're not going to ever win parent of the fucking year.
Mhm.
But they did what they honestly
could. Facts.
So, and each child is different, which is why it's so fucking hard to like really grasp and comprehend like what is the best route towards like what does it mean to be like a good parent. And like you could spend your time with that child or that being, but like what does it really mean to take on and cater and nurture that individual?
Into a decent human
A
being.
decent human being. Because I'm thinking about that
Heavy
now. I'm
on
like,
decent.
I'm not the best. I'm also not the greatest aunt to all my nieces because out of all the 7 siblings that I have, I'm not close with all my siblings, but I do love all my nieces and nephews genuinely. I'm not going to be like I love them all equally. Like, I only hang out with a couple or a couple of a few. Not that I have favoritism, but like I honestly
You only see them.
genuinely always hang out with my one niece because she's just very close to home and it's like really easy to hang out with her. So it's kind of like that level of how would you be able to balance out that level to be able to provide for each child more so than just like financially.
And how do you explain that
And-
to the children?
You explain it like just like in whatever society like this Western society, we're just indoctrinated in we're programmed to think certain ways, and like it's just normal. So we look at certain things now because in the Western world and in the times we live in, it's just normal standards, and everything is all about indoctrination, and like people, like everything is subjective, so there's not necessarily like a
good way
right
to
or
parent.
wrong, but like just personally, like I think you, as long as like you, of course, like you need to be able to like from the ages 0 to 7, that's when kids are, that's when they say you do all the programming, and then from 7 to 25, because your frontal lobe stops developing at 25, like, but the 0 to 7 is when all the program and indoctrinations like happen. So like it's really about just teaching like the just whatever morals and standards you believe in yourself, like providing your kid with like their own identity. Like that's the things I believe you should be doing. And if you're able to do that, and like if you have like resources and funds, then you're able to like have more freedom in your life. Like Nick Cannon and these people, they're not a 9-to-5 guy. Like Nick Cannon, like he's probably very busy, but like he
is
probably
busy.
has more
Yeah.
flexibility than the average
Nigga has
So
person.
how
mad
does
jobs.
he establish a real relationship with his kids?
And they all
Because-
live everywhere.
Because
They
he
live
has
everywhere.
because he has the resources. He has resources and he has like the knowledge.
But how do
too.
you
I want to
develop
say
a
we talk
real-
about this in 10 years when we find out what's going on with these kids, because only because it's easy to say, like my dad was home, my dad was present, but my dad was working a lot. You know, that doesn't just,
Yeah.
and I knew he was working. That doesn't mean that he wasn't here providing for the family. He was just providing in a different way.
Facts.
But I'm still missing a lot of those father
Fundamentals.
Moments.
Yeah, but everybody is more, and a lot of people don't know, because like people don't know like Nick Cannon is like
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
part of the Nation of Islam, and just how like their perspective, and like I feel like Nick Cannon's children is gonna be fine, because
I'm sure they are.
his like he I mean
sure
I don't think he's just like an everyday average person, and his beliefs and systems are different than the average person, but I don't believe the average person should just be doing that, you know what I'm saying?
No, definitely not.
Definitely not the average person.
But also, like going back to Solange's question, what makes somebody a good parent? That's subjective.
That's subjective.
Because I know my mom would consider someone who provides for their kids, has a decent environment where they live at, no gang violence, stuff like that. Can go to a good school and have the money for college. She would consider that being a good
But
parent.
that has nothing to do with personality.
Ex-
That's just environment.
But
nothing to
everybody's
do with
subjective,
love
though.
and-
Everybody's subjective. So
Meanwhile,
you
the
ask my
child could be like,
mom,
"You neglected me."
But
exactly.
But I feel like even like in general, they say as a parent, the only thing you really need to do is provide a home, provide
Exactly.
food, and provide a space for them.
And that's
Stable
an
household.
extremely old-fashioned mindset
Very
way of
old-fashioned.
thinking.
But
'cause
it's still low key. It still holds up if you think about it.
it's,
for
it's
fake.
part of it.
It holds up.
Perfect.
It holds up in the sense of like you're doing right by a parent. Like no one, as social services isn't coming and taking your kid away
Exactly.
from you.
Yes.
Your
But
kid's
at
not
the same
struggling to eat
time,
food and
it
stuff like
doesn't
that.
mean that you're helping the child's mental or you're providing
Right.
love
Right.
or security.
Which is why it's a new
Right.
generation of this thing called gentle parenting.
Because there's more stuff. It's not even gentle parenting. It's more stuff like okay, I have a house to live. Check. I have food on my belly. Check. I go to a decent school. Check. Now there's this extra stuff that back then no one really paid attention to. Talk about gentle parenting. Like, okay, am I able to open up to you like
The
I want to?
psychology
I
of the
can't.
matter.
Can we
Yeah.
have a conversation? Can I come out to
Exactly.
you?
Can I come out to you? Like there's so much other stuff
Can we talk about
that-
sex?
comes with parenting that back then they never cared about. Like,
My
oh, you find
mom's
out.
biggest thing was, I am not one of your little friends. That was one of my
Mine
mom's
too.
biggest things. And now
Mine
that we're
too.
grown, she wants to be one of our little friends.
And want to know everything. Yep.
Exactly. And it's like,
Yep.
how am I supposed to rebuild this connection
Yup.
when I'm
You've taught
not
me
one of your
not to
little
do that,
friends?
yeah.
So
That was very hard for me to do as well.
it's really subjective now what makes somebody a good parent. Because if you ask my mom, she'll tell you she's a good parent, and I can't fault her because what she's saying is true. But like to me, I'm gonna be like, no, she did the best of what she could. Now for me, when I become a parent, I'm gonna pick up the pieces that
The good stuff.
the good
Yeah.
stuff that she taught me, and also
Learn from
pick
the
up,
bad.
learn from the bad stuff that she failed to teach me, and that's okay. Because I feel like as a parent, you can only teach your kid so much,
What you
and then they learn what they
and
learn.
you have to remember, your parents are also comparing themselves to their parents,
Exactly.
which was a whole different.
Very
Whole
different.
Their
different.
generation is just brutal.
Whole different.
And
like,
I don't know about your parents, but my parents immigrated here, so they were not even in America when they were
Wow.
going through half of what they were going through.
right.
I'm first and second generation, so yeah.
So that's a hard question when it's somebody good parent. That's very hard.
I feel like it's very interesting. We're talking about families. Very interesting to see. Like my parents had big families in terms of like a lot of siblings.
Yeah.
So being able to see how all of those offsprings turned out in their own families is kind of like, oh, I can see what they took and what they didn't take. And some of them are like spitting images of their parents, and some of
Yes.
them are complete opposites.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like my sister, I would say is
Which
my
one?
little sister, Alexis. She's a mix between my mom and my dad.
She's your
I was
mom.
about to say.
She's my mom.
She the
like,
youngest?
She's the youngest.
That's
like
usually what
on
happens.
face, you would say she's my mom. If you know her, she's my dad. Like I know her, I know how she is inside. She's my dad. On the outside, like what she shows you, talking about rising and moonshines.
Yeah,
her
okay.
rising side is my fucking mom. Like she comes off like my fucking mom. If you know her, she's my fucking
seems like
dad.
your mom. I ain't gonna-
Yeah, but she's my fucking dad. She's my fucking dad.
Oh, she your
She,
dad.
okay, so I kind of see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, because she has the personality of your dad, but it comes out her characteristics
As
as,
my
her
mom.
mom.
Yes.
I see that.
Yes.
I feel
I
like
see
the
that.
youngest one is always a mix of both parents. If
Oh,
both
yeah.
parents were in the household.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what my little sister would be, because I'm like, she's not my father.
Not
she's
yet.
not my
She's still
father.
young.
She
remember.
could also be a mixture of the siblings.
That-
which
ooh.
She's a mixture of the siblings.
You
She's a
and Mo.
mixture of the siblings, because me and my older
Yeah.
sister, we are hell and a half.
yeah.
We are hell and a half. And not for nothing.
Great people though, because Mo's great people.
Yeah, not for nothing. We weren't raised by our parents. We were raised by each other.
See, there you go.
Yeah. I mean, that was low key with my siblings too. A little bit. Not like you
Nah.
guys, but
Yeah, because
A little
Mariah
bit.
genuinely raised us.
Yeah,
like
well,
my
she's the
mom
oldest
was,
oldest.
Yeah, my mom was like the father figure, and my father was like the mother figure.
Yeah.
So my mom paid all the bills. Don't bother her after work. She's drinking her wine. She's smoking her reefer, whatever the fuck she wants to do, and then that was it. And then my dad, he'd be the one to like take us out to all like the gatherings, the social events, the practices for dance and all that. Yeah.
that's interesting.
He would also do our hair. Yeah, he would do our hair, cook for us. Like it
Yeah,
really
I
was.
can't do
reversed.
I mean, that's also really cool because you got to see a different,
yeah.
like gender swap at home.
Yeah, gender roles. Yeah.
That wasn't my house. It was gender roles.
Yeah.
Mm.
Same here. Same fucking here.
I can't wait to have a family.
Aw.
I'm hype on that.
I could wait.
I can wait. Oh no,
I
I'm
could
definitely
wait.
waiting.
I
I'm
could wait.
gonna be like an old parent. I'm not having kids until I'm like in my.
I'm
30s.
baffled when I see young girls having babies. I'm like, I
Yeah.
still don't understand. I could never be in that mindset.
No,
Yeah,
I couldn't
nah.
either. I don't know how they do
I
it.
sometimes wish I was, but I know I'm not mentally
Nah.
prepared for it.
You know how much of their lives they missed out just for raising that kid?
Yeah, but I
Like,
feel
there's some
like
people that still live their lives and stuff like that.
I was about
but
to
it's
say, I feel like
it's
I-
hard.
I would be that
There are
person.
very few young
few.
parents that can do it, and most of them are single.
Yeah. Yes.
Let's be honest, most of them
Yeah.
are single because
Yes.
one of the other is not sticking around.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
it's very like
It's few, like you
it's
said.
very few that
Very
have
few.
can actually raise a good kid, have a steady job,
Yes.
and not feel like they're like mooching off of the family
Yes.
or friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
I know one, and she worked her fucking ass off to get what she like. It was stressful.
Yeah.
It was stressful, like overnights, all that bullshit, running babysitters. But it worked out. It worked out. But it's like you said, it's rare.
Some people are not strong enough at that age.
Yeah.
Some people should
Yeah.
wait till they're older to have
Exactly.
children.
Exactly.
I don't think I'll ever be ready for a child.
I still don't think. I don't think I'm gonna be ready either. Like I always say, 30 is my year, like 31, 32. But now I
Is
think
anyone
about
ever really prepared for a
Nah.
child, no matter how much you prepare for a child?
it just happens.
That's why I was like, yeah.
And you gotta just like, well,
I
it
always
is
thought
what it is.
I always thought about being that mom at like 40 or 50 years old. Like
40 or
matching-
50 years old.
Yeah, like matching this.
I always said I would
child.
be the rich auntie.
Hey, talking
I always
shit.
said that too when I
The
was
rich
older.
single auntie with the.
Yep.
I hear that.
That's
I
it.
hear that.
I thought you was toasting, cheers.
Yeah,
Nah,
yeah,
nah,
yeah,
I had a
I'm about to
question.
raise my cup up too.
I had one more question, and then if we could end it, unless y'all have more questions or anything to talk about.
Take your
fuck,
time.
damn
Take your
it.
time. It's okay, Dante.
I lost my. You can choose the answer if you want.
I ain't gonna hold you, Dante. Your fingers keep going in my face.
I
about
can't.
next time I'm about to bite your hand. If
I'm
you put it over
handsy,
here.
bro.
Welcome to the middle.
I know.
Seat.
This
It's funny.
nigga's all up in my shit.
Yo, it's
like
funny
this.
because Solange dead ass sits over there
Over
now. She
there,
don't sit
I'm
next to me no
sure.
more,
I
bro.
don't.
This man be
I
all
be
up in your
handsy,
face,
bro.
man.
I gotta move
Maybe
my
you
hand.
need the isolated chair.
I might.
So you have the
For real.
space.
I'm very handsy when I talk.
Pause. I'm gonna lick your hands. If it comes
Hey,
over
yeah.
here.
Not licking my hands.
Look, your hand is crazy.
That's
Karan, that's my hand.
Relax, Solange. You can have it. I'm not trying to fight over Dante's hand. Relax.
Have you been like in a relationship while doing Danny Threads? And if you have, has it been like kind of a
Have you put the
rocky
nigga
thing?
to the back burner? That's what he's trying to ask. Did you
Not
put
the back.
the man you was
I'm a
dating for
lesbian.
Danny Threads on the back burner because you
She's
care
a
about your
lesbian.
business? Oh, or your partner to the back burner because of your business?
Not back burner. That's not my
it's-
question. Continue.
My business is a priority, and it's definitely an issue in most of my
That's what I
relationships.
meant.
Yes.
Like, isn't an issue like?
Yeah, I spend a lot of time working, or planning to work, or doing events, and it becomes all consuming. And my relationships usually end up taking the hit for it.
I have a question. So, would you want to combine your relationship with your work? Like Solange be taking me to her events. With her dance events, she just drags me along. I'll be there with her, and I'll see her art. And
Yeah.
like, if she has a gig, she battles, whatever, I'm there.
I love that.
know
My
what I'm saying?
my current partner has been helping me produce my shows, which has been like
Awesome.
amazing.
Right.
So I have definitely have her helping me when it comes to like my solo events.
Yeah.
But like my own personal, like if I'm vending or if I'm just like showing somewhere, I don't drag her along unless she wants to come.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I always wondered that because I know, like, for certain people, like, 'cause I know for me, for one of my things, like, my podcast comes first. So, like, I always had to make that known in the beginning. Like,
Even making it known in the beginning, like I do this all the time. Like I'm always working. Is people don't realize.
People don't
it.
realize
People
until
don't
they get
realize how much
inside.
work
Yup.
you're doing. Yeah. Like I like. You want to come spend time with me? You got to watch me sew.
yep.
That's the type of because you're gonna get at least 20 minutes of dinner and cuddling, and then I gotta get back to work.
Yeah. But that shows like if you love something, like your partner like would respect that and just know that like you're just so passionate about this that like you're just gonna have to work
Yeah.
with you.
You want some solo time? Book me a vacation.
Talk your
That part.
shit.
That
Talk your
part.
shit.
I'll be like, hell no.
Yo, Karan doesn't take vacations.
He don't take vacations.
Nah, you need to. You have to.
keep telling
you have
him.
To. It's nice to put your feet in a different part of the earth.
I keep telling him he need to take a
It
vacation.
helps you get re-inspired.
Yeah.
Very much so.
I'd be so inspired, like I don't know. I
Or
feel
if you can't make the trip a part of work, include work in your trip somehow.
that's the okay, yeah, that would make sense.
You can go thrifting in another area.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Oh my
New
god,
shit.
it's so good. Go to DC just to thrift.
You could visit the biggest outlet in the world. I don't know it's not in New
Nigga
York.
go to
I
Spain,
know
go
it's not
thrift
in
shopping.
Jersey.
Imagine what shit
In
you can find
Boston,
in Spain.
in Boston, they have a thrift shop that is like by the pound, dollar by the pound or something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they have amazing ones.
I'll go on vacation when I'm like when I'm up, like up.
Ah.
I just want to work now, and like I feel like me and Danny are probably similar. Where like I like my business is like I hate that it's my life. That's why I'm trying to get into like.
What do
new
you do? Sorry,
endeavors.
I don't even know.
I'm like a reseller, so I sell like antique, vintage
a whole bunch
clothing.
of clothes.
Okay.
And like I'm getting into like homeware. I'm starting to get into like furniture and artwork. And,
Oh, that's cool. Then you should definitely like hit up estate sales.
Oh no, yeah, for sure. That's like all I do every day
You should
Yeah.
get a car and travel out of New York
out of
City.
New York. Yeah.
Because that's where you get the
Yeah.
best estate sales are out of town.
Out of town, no, that's very
Especially
true.
like California,
That's very true.
even
They had some nice
Connecticut,
home-
wherever
oh,
there's,
but-
you know,
Look, Connecticut
rich
got something
people.
good. You heard that?
Shut up.
No, for sure. No, I definitely agree. I agree. But that's still work. Like, I mean, of course you can do balance of like work.
But you
I
said
feel like if I'm going on
combine them.
vacation, I don't want to like.
Do nothing.
But if
do
going on
work.
vacation is an issue for you because you want to work, that's what I'm saying. Create a
Create
trip
where you work
Create a
and
trip
do
where
it.
it's like I'm gonna go to California and visit 5 different shops in
Yeah.
the San Francisco Bay, whatever,
Yeah, okay.
and make that part of your trip, and you could write it off.
That's
And
true.
that is true on your taxes.
Come
That
on.
is true.
You love to write shit off, Karan. Come on now.
You know I do. You know I do. No, that's true. I guess I'm always in the mindset where I'm like, if I'm going on vacation, I
I just
like.
want to just relax.
You just
I mean, I probably do because, like I said, I don't even want to go on vacation because I'm just always working and I
Yeah.
love working. So, yeah. no,
But
we'll
I mean,
see.
not for nothing. Like, I know for me, like, if I were gonna like My thing is, I want to go to Chicago in the next couple months. I'm still planning that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna somehow drag Solange with me. I wouldn't be surprised if Solange found a couple classes, a couple gigs in Chicago. She went and did that when I
Or
do what I do.
go find
You know
a
what I'm saying?
fucking audition or something.
That's what I'm saying. Like Solange will make it a work. Like, okay, I'll come with you, but I'm gonna still
I'ma
do
do
what I gotta
something,
fucking do,
yeah.
type shit. You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
So like, you could still travel, bro, and enjoy. Have days to enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
But then other days,
Good.
see what
And
the
you
fuck's out
start the
there.
trip with work and the trip with vacation.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, that's true.
That's a great way to
That's
do
true.
it.
I just haven't had, like, bro. I just be so happy, like, and so fortunate, like, where I'm at. I just be like, I'll do that shit later. Right
It's
now,
nice to treat yourself
Yes.
because you deserve it.
Come
Karan
on.
is like the epitome of not a hermit crab, but what are those? A hobbit?
Hobbit?
I don't know
Because
what
they
that
live in
is.
their little hole underground.
You talking about animal?
Oh, the little miniature.
Oh,
hobbit
like a
you talking
hermit?
Like groundhog.
Yeah, like Karan
You
does
only
not like
groundhog?
He
to.
only comes out.
Groundhog.
He only
You know what?
comes
A groundhog is good because I saw a groundhog that came out of my backyard. He just popped up himself outside and just looked around.
about? And it
Just
was
see
like,
what the world was
yeah,
like.
and then he went right back in his home.
That is Karan. Karan, like
That
his
nigga
vacation
he
is
went
his
back to
home.
digging. That nigga went back to digging.
He's like, if I
Winter's still
can't,
coming.
he's like, if I can't get it outside on the road, I'm gonna bring it inside my household.
it's just
That is
different.
Quran.
That is so Karan.
That is
It's
Quran.
just different. It's just like, when you work so hard to
I hear
like
you.
get like certain things and like get to where you're at, it's just
You wanna
like
keep going.
You just never want to like go back, bro. You just, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I hear you.
I'm just in the mindset where like it's cool, and it's, trust me, it's hard because I'm pressured a lot, even when it comes to like going out and partying, and like I'm like lately I've been trying to like have a better balance of like putting more time into my friends and my family,
Relationships
but
and stuff.
I know we be getting on you for the vacations and whatnot, but I feel like if I were to get my own apartment, and if I were to have a setup like you or to have a setup like Danny, I don't think I would leave either.
It's hard
Yeah,
to
it's
leave.
hard.
because
man.
y'all
Nah,
have such a
Solange
nice
is a hermit crab when she's
has,
comfortable.
like y'all have a really great setup, and it's really comforting.
I
to
can
the
see
point where
Solange not leaving.
I wouldn't leave. I don't
can
blame
see
y'all.
it.
Like it's,
I would be
I
scared.
don't-
I'm like, Solange, why you even go outside?
Yeah,
Solange is always
I'll
outside.
plan stuff, and I'm like, I don't feel like peopling today.
Yeah.
Just gonna
I think
stay my
Solange
ass
would be
here.
like that one time.
Once I
And I'll
have my
be
own
shocked.
apartment, once I have my own
I'll
establishment,
be happy.
Dante
For
would
shocked.
be the happiest person ever because he'd be like, "You don't want to go outside? You don't want to party? No."
Yeah.
There's times I have to force myself to go outside and just get like 10 minutes of fresh air.
Yeah, same.
Wow.
Yeah.
Same. But I like
You
doing
guys
like
have such comfy homes though, so
It's
get
comfy
it.
as
Like you
fuck.
have the best window. It's a nice ass view. Like
you.
that is outside to me.
Yeah,
That's,
I ain't
bad,
ever leaving. I wouldn't leave here.
But when I say outside, like I go outside, I do mad shit outside.
No, you
I'm
do.
just
You walk around and
I'm just
shit.
not partying outside. Like,
Don't worry about partying.
yeah,
Partying is a lifestyle that's not
Never going
it's
anywhere.
Not, it's not going anywhere, and it's
Anywhere.
not consistent to the money situations that we have going on in society.
Unless you're a
right now.
promoter, you're trying to make moves with that type of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
But
you
besides
go to
that,
a
yeah.
party or an event that you're gonna get creativeness out of it. You're gonna network out of it, or
Yup.
you're gonna meet some real cool people.
Yeah,
Right.
Like that's the reason why you go out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't go out just to
get
go out.
fucked up.
Yeah.
Because that's how you're gonna waste money. You're gonna get into trouble. You're gonna meet people you don't want to meet.
yeah, no, for real, for
Heavy
real.
on waste money. Heavy on waste
And
money.
meet people you don't want to meet.
Literally walking out of your apartment, you've already wasted like
Wasted money.
$3.
Dead ass, bro.
In New York City, for sure,
That's
Oh.
$100 right there.
for sure.
What is
Sadly.
inflation?
You know, I'm gonna stay inside. No, I'm eventually. I'm definitely gonna do traveling, but like I just be like just trying to
I hear you, man.
work, bro. Like
Listen.
I love it.
How old are you guys?
I am
If you don't mind me asking.
26. I think I might be 27.
You're about to turn 27, Dante.
Okay,
I
so
think
I'm
you're 27.
26.
I'm 27.
Okay.
26.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Plenty of time.
How old are you again?
No, we don't ask a woman their age.
No, she told me the age when I first met her.
It's okay. I'm 34.
Okay, that's
Why I
fine.
keep on thinking you're 31? Oh my gosh.
I thought she was 30.
Because
point
that's probably
blank.
how old I was when you met me.
Yeah.
That's still pretty
Yeah.
young though. That's still pretty
Yeah.
young. Okay. Yeah. It's when you were in your early 20s, were you still in the same mindset, or did you still have?
When
this
I was in my
mindset?
early 20s, I had a party mindset. I wanted to go out. I wanted to be around people. I had no
that was
idea
me.
what I wanted to do. I was
Yup.
not
I
serious
just wanted to have
about.
fun.
Okay.
I had a job that was paying me well, so I can make
Yup.
enough money. But I was not happy at that job, and I didn't realize that until late in my 20s.
Yep.
Same.
Yup.
Same. For sure. Yeah. It'd be weird, man.
It is
Ooh,
weird.
I have a
You go
random
f-
question.
You go.
How was the shift between being a freelance nonprofit and then coming into creating your own company from a big job? Like, what was your transition? What was the shift, and how did it?
It started to manifest in my body. I was uncomfortable. I was agitated. I was like, you know when something's just bothering you and you can't quite put your finger on it?
Yeah.
That's how I was starting to feel at work. I was working, it wasn't for a nonprofit, I was working for corporate fashion at the time. And it's supposed to be 9 to 5, but it would really be from like 9 to 7:30
Yes.
most of the time,
Sure.
right?
Yes,
And then
yes.
you don't even take a lunch break because you're eating at your desk,
Yes.
which is ridiculous.
Yes.
And I got frustrated, and I was just like, I'm spending all this time. I'm waking up to go to work, and I fucking hated that. I wasn't making breakfast, so I was spending money out. I wasn't making dinner because I was spending money out. You know, it was just like everything was just too much. And I went to work one day after having a panic attack on the train station. I went to work and I was like, I quit. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. And I left. And I was like, fuck it, it's going to be full-time Danny now. I don't have a choice.
Okay.
And that's how it happened.
It is always
How was the full-time
corporate.
shift for you? Like, what was the transition between like trying to, like, building your own business and then seeing the revenue and then trying to work out making that the full-time thing?
It was hard. I wasn't concerned about money. Luckily, I was in a pretty good space with savings.
Save money
I
and
think
stuff, yeah.
the biggest issue that I had was overcoming myself. Overcoming my laziness, overcoming my procrastination, overcoming my fear of not being good enough, not being as good as my mother, not being like it was getting over myself.
Right.
That was the biggest issue.
Okay.
And that took a lot of work. It took a lot of therapy. It took a lot of crying nights and drunk nights and high nights.
I'm not gonna lie, that shit helps, man.
Them nights.
I'm telling you, them high and drunk nights be helping sometimes.
A lot of the support that I was getting wasn't it. A lot of the time that it happened was so transitional. I lost my parents. I became estranged from my sisters. I broke up with my 7-year-long relationship at the time. So I was really in like this limbo place where I was just feeling dark. I was heavy.
Right.
I was depressed. I was by myself. It was like I had to get myself out of this funk.
Right.
And it had to get to the point where I was just irritated enough to want to do something about it.
Right. You know, it always starts with corporate. I'm noticing this.
Yeah.
It is always started
Bruh.
corporate with you.
The corporate environment
with you.
is
It's
terrible.
always starting with
horrible,
corporate.
bro.
Listen, I'm in it. I hear
Horrible.
you.
Terrible.
I feel that way right now, bro.
Especially like if you ever worked
It's
in like
always
a
the
New York
corporate.
City corporate
Absolutely.
environment, fam.
I haven't been in the city, but I'm outstate,
Fucking
and that shit is annoying.
Blizzard outside and you still got to go to work.
Yup.
I could imagine that.
That doesn't even have to
ridiculous.
be corporate. That's just
And,
New York
and
City.
it's not
That
even like you get to
sucks.
leave early. You're going to have to stay later because you might not have to come in tomorrow
It's
morning.
funny because in the beginning of our relationship, in the middle of a relationship, I would always tell salons that I'm thinking about applying to Google in the city. It's like there's a Google, they have like a corporate office in there. I was thinking about applying there, and I always never went through with it. And every time I was about to do it, I hear a story. Tell me how I'll start the application yesterday, and I'll hear your story right now about corporate. Like
Corporate
it's
is-
starting to tell me like maybe I shouldn't do corporate in the city right now.
Corporate. Now I'm not gonna say all
I do corporate right now
jobs in
upstate,
corporate
too.
are bad. Because
You're right.
There
There's
are
some corporate that's
new
fun.
companies that understand the work-life balance,
Yeah.
understand that it doesn't have to be a fucking jail cell when you
Yeah.
walk
I was
in.
about to say, not for nothing. I hear great things about Google.
I hear great and bad things about Google.
I do too.
Not to not talk about Google because I still might apply to
Yeah.
y'all, but still.
They about to
I
look
feel
at
like
this.
all
Spit
those new age companies though, like they want to be more accommodating to your lifestyle
Yeah.
and you know what you want. So I think for that, in that sense, the newer ones are better than the old ones.
They're
The
definitely
one
better.
my company is basically a relic in the industry. They've been around since like the 70s, I think, in the
So
80s.
they ain't ever changing.
So they're not changing.
No, there's some companies that have their own mindset and it will stick to that mindset. They are not changing because if it ain't broke, why
It's
fix
worse.
it?
That's that
working.
generation. That's that generation.
That old
bro.
generation not
That
changing.
9 to 5 hustle,
Bruh.
The always
not
stay
for
in
the
the
weak.
office.
it's not a hustle. That's a 9 to 5 debt.
Yes,
Yes.
it is. You,
Yeah,
it's
Yes.
not for the weak. Like you really gotta be on top of that.
I disagree.
shit.
I think it is for the weak. That's the problem.
Really?
Yes.
That's the problem.
Yes.
It's for the people who are not strong enough to break out of the system and create a life of themselves. That's
Because
the
why are
problem.
you still
I gotta
answering an email at
disagree.
9
I gotta
o'clock at
disagree.
nighttime before you go to bed?
Think about it this way. You have a corporate job 9 to 5. It has
Yes.
benefits. You get a paycheck, a
Yes.
steady paycheck, regardless of whether or not you go to work. You're gonna
Yes.
get a check.
Yes.
That is for the week. You have nothing to do after work. You go home, you eat, you go to sleep. You do it all over again every single day.
You're a sheep in the
for
herd.
52 weeks
Mm-hmm.
every
Right.
single year.
You have to ask for permission for paid time off.
You have to ask permission to take a break. You have to
Go
ask
to the
permission to go to the
bathroom.
dentist. You have to ask permission to get coffee.
Yeah.
to have sick time off, bro.
You know
You have
how
to have
many
permission
people
to be
are
sick.
afraid to ask their job for vacation
Facts.
time?
Yeah.
Yes.
When they
yes,
deserve it.
Yeah.
Yes.
That in and
Even
of
if they
itself,
have the time,
that's
they
because
still
they are
ask.
not strong enough to be like, hey, boss, I'm going to be out for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Because they know you're replaceable.
Absolutely.
But like I always,
Yes.
But like
Yes.
I always think like anytime like
Excuse me. I'm
I've
sorry.
worked at a corporate place, I've always like asked myself like, yo, what am I doing for like how much am I bringing this company? Like how much time,
No.
effort, and money am I bringing this
Yes.
company, and how are they treating me? And like,
Yes.
are they like concerned about like my
Your
life,
mental health and
my
shit like
mental,
that.
like,
Yeah.
if I need to, if I'm, there's been times like when I worked in the city, I used to have to commute from upstate New York. And there would be times where I would be like 5 minutes late.
I remember.
And, like,
I
it
remember
would
that shit, bro.
There would be times I would have like I would sleep.
You
There's
did a
been
lot,
I used
bro.
to sleep on the bench for my
Yes,
jobs.
I remember, bro.
And like none of that matters.
I
Like,
could not do that
at
shit.
the end of the day, like you know what I'm saying. You could be
Yo.
putting 1,000%.
Yo,
and,
after
like,
that point, I'm coming in late. I'd be like, fuck y'all.
Bro, this
Yeah.
nigga would do a
It's
yo.
hard, especially
Yeah.
like they expect you to stay later and
Yeah.
then they want you in on time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will take the
I
ride
ca-
up. I don't care.
I guess why I don't say it's a week, and I guess it's maybe because I'm thinking of a different mindset because I don't ever put my all in jobs. Like I never do.
Dante
I do.
does not.
I do.
Dante
can't-
does
If
not.
I'm working
can't.
somewhere, I'm going to show you that I'm worth the hire.
I'm worth it, yeah.
Like okay, so in that
And
case,
I'm going to
yes.
go above and beyond what you're asking for.
I can't
That's
do
just
that.
me
Like I'm
personally.
gonna do what my job tells me to
Bare
do,
minimum.
and I'm gonna do it excellent. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. But as far as X, Y, and Z, Joe over here needs somebody to cover his ship. Oh yeah, nah, I'm out. It's 5:00, right? All right, cool, I'm out. But I did my shit, and you promote.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
That's definitely Dante.
I can't, and I guess that's why I say it's not for the week because it's a consistent layout of like your everyday life.
But you're the only person who has that mindset within that office because you. Do you mind if I speak for you?
Hmm?
I apologize, but you're the type of person that you clocked in at 9 o'clock and you clocked out at 5 o'clock.
On the
So
dot.
no one's going on the dot. You got an email the next day. You're not
ain't
taking
looking
that
at that
email.
shit.
Someone
Nah.
sent you work at 4:40. You're not
Kicking
looking
that
at
shit
that
right out
because
the
you're
window.
exactly.
I
You're gonna
am.
get back to
I
it at like
am.
10 o'clock if you want to because why are they sending you
Allegedly.
shit mad late? Like
Yeah.
you.
His bosses came
Keep
like,
going,
right
keep
up-
going though, keep going.
look up
Allegedly.
Dante Bello
Dante,
to Soapbox.
he said he
Dante.
applied for this job and he's only doing his job compared to the corporate where they want you to bend your
You
back.
snitching right now. You snitching.
But he's doing what he
But
has to
I've-
do. Like
but I've
he got
been-
promoted for his job for doing what he
Two
needs
times.
to do.
That's
Two
great.
do what I do. But I've been in that position where I had to go above and beyond, and that shit is fucking horrible. What you experienced? What y'all experienced? I experienced.
I've never
fucking
seen
horrible.
you go beyond the
I don't
part.
talk about
no,
it.
I never seen you do it until you're clocked in. I'm not gonna hold you.
Until I'm clocked in. But
Because
that first
you're
couple
not gonna
hours,
do it at
I'm-
nighttime. You're
I'm
not gonna
not.
do
I'm
anything
not.
until you're working.
I'm not. But I just can't say it's for the week. But I
But
hear what you're
not
saying.
that many people have that same mindset because other people will work that 9 to 9 even though they clocked out at 6 o'clock. They're still sending that email at like
Right.
12:40 a.m.
Yeah.
And they're doing other jobs that aren't required on the weren't on their it wasn't on the
Description.
yeah, it wasn't
Yeah,
on the
requirements,
description.
yeah.
Exactly. And they just take it because they're understaffed and they don't know what else to do because it's not in their control. So the best thing that they feel like they can do is take control of it. You said it's not in my control. I only get paid for what's in my control.
Facts.
That's it. Not that
Facts.
many people in that 9 to 5, I feel like, have that mindset where it's like, just because it's not in my control, they feel like they need to do something about it. So they like overextend.
But
And
Don,
also, I like for me, I grew up in an environment where it's like if you don't show initiative, even if you have the job, doesn't mean that it
I
doesn't mean
agree.
you want to go any further. It
I
means
agree.
you're stagnant and you want to
Yep.
stay still. So for
That was
me,
my
I
mom
always
too.
wanted to show
Yes.
I can do more than what I'm being
I
asked
agree
of
on that.
at the moment.
I agree.
Yeah.
You
That's a
gonna say-
generational thing too, not
Yeah.
nothing.
well, I guess because I was gonna say Danny was just saying she was the type of person who will go above and beyond, but I was gonna say like a lot of people they like their job is their life. So like
That
they
part
put so
too.
much focus on their job and their career. And
All
like,
the emotions go in that
into
job.
that. Like somebody like Dante, like he has other shit on the side where he's just like, this is just a job. Like after I'm
Right.
done with this, I'm gonna work on my hobbies or the shit I'm interested in. So
But that's also a mindset that takes time to build.
yeah, that is true.
That part
That's
too.
not something
It did
that
take me a while to
comes
do that.
easily. Yeah.
Because before I was definitely that nigga that just kept doing 9 to 5 and had nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Definitely was that. Like I was finishing up college, but
And
like
I feel like that's also part of, like you say that it's for the strong, but
I can't say it's for the strong.
only because it's like half of the people who have corporate jobs are because they feel like that's the next step in after going to school,
Yes.
whatever, or the next step in their journey.
Yes.
But it's also for people who don't see anything else other than what's in front of them, which is that job at the moment.
Yeah.
So that's why some people stay at a company for 6, 7, 8, 10 years, and then they realize, oh shit, I haven't moved up, I haven't done anything, and it's because you
30
haven't.
years. I know people in
So-
20, 30
Let's talk about the
years.
comments.
So what about the people that is generally okay with where they're at and
I
doing
was
what
about
they're
to
doing?
say,
Is
'cause
that
there's
for the
certain
week?
people.
But that's a choice. That means you
Right.
have no other ambition
Yeah.
outside of your job, and that's
Right.
okay. Maybe you want to build a family.
Facts.
That's fine. That's on you.
Right.
But that's again
You
like
think that's like
Yeah.
a weak mindset?
and not necessarily weak. It's just like
Fulfilling. Like how's fulfilling?
No,
is that?
because for some people I get it.
for
'cause,
some
like,
people it's fine. For some
Right.
people that's
you
enough.
Are
Right.
really invested in this company and you knew damn well that you wanted to work for this company ever since you were born. Like that's your life, that's your goal. Like you knew you wanted to be a lawyer, you wanted to help defend the people because you have some type of family traumatic experience that made you want to be a lawyer or a
That's
doctor or
different.
vice
That's
versa.
purpose, though.
That's but like you guys still have a purpose within the corporation and the company that you're working for the 9 to 5 because they could be supporting something really heavily that you always cared about and now like
And now want to
that's
grow
your
with that.
entire life
But
because
you gonna
people be
mad
bringing
when
work
you,
home.
But you're gonna be mad when you found out you just dispendable and after working 20 years that.
But no,
COVID
that's
hit.
That's usually what happens.
But that's
COVID
also
hit,
to
and
each
now
his
they
own
gotta get
because
rid of your ass.
some people genuinely love that lifestyle. Some people genuinely like support that one thing so much that they want to ride and die by that one company.
And that's fine, but I
all
think
them.
that what they forget to realize is that everybody grows old, and companies close.
Yeah.
God forbid you're in a company and this shuts down.
Yeah.
Now you have 8 years of experience with this one company. You haven't moved up in that company because you've been pretty stagnant, and now you have to go out in your mid 30s, early 40s, and you have to go find another job.
I
Or,
hear
or
that.
change management because not all the same people are gonna work there. So you thinking everything's all good. Somebody buys out the company, a whole new management comes.
You fucked.
It's completely different. Like
I hear
That
that.
happened with my
Listen.
company. The son took over the father's company, and all the buyers were like, "Nah, we don't want to work with him."
different.
Wow.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, like after that 30 years, 20 years, how many 10 years of working for a company, like what do you have to show? Like what can you leave your family, your relatives, like what are you really leaving them? You can't leave them a job position, you know.
No.
what I'm saying?
401k, that's great.
That's it.
401k,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh man, y'all was potted right now. I hear you.
And honestly, not being in corporate, like you have to be strong to not be in
You
corporate
have
because
to
you
be
have to
strong.
survive.
That I
You
agree
have to
with you.
survive. You have to feed yourself. You have
That
to get
I
your
agree
own.
with you.
Figure out how to take
Yes.
care of your
'Cause
body and
America
your
does
health
not
because
support
no one's
you.
taking care of you.
Totally agree
No,
with
for
you on that
sure.
one. Totally agree with
I
you on
fucking
that
hate
one.
being an artist.
You
bro,
gotta put
just for
all
that
your own
reason.
money up at
Totally
first.
agree.
You're gonna be broke for
Totally
a good long
agree.
time before you're gonna make any money.
Totally agree on that part.
I
Oh,
hate
yep.
being an artist just for that reason, bro. I hate looking for a doctor and being like, yo, can I even afford to be okay? Can I even afford to be okay
Like
right now?
the medical system needs to change. Like there needs to be a Uber version of the medical system that
Right.
comes out because
More
it's a
than
new
just
generation
ZocDoc,
now.
too. Shout out ZocDoc, though. I like ZocDoc,
Yeah.
but more than just ZocDoc.
Excuse me.
Like there's a new company called Tia that's specifically for women to go and get like their gynecology checkups.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and it's like I think they take
I've heard of
insurance.
that.
They have like little clinics now
Mm-hmm.
and popping up in different places, so they're trying to like disturb the.
Nice.
I don't know. You know, it
Okay.
could be good, it could be bad, like BetterHelp.
Right,
Yeah.
but it's something. It's
I'm
something,
a
though.
women like BetterHelp. Shout out BetterHelp.
It's something. It's something. All right, that's all I got. Y'all got anything else y'all want to talk about? Anything else y'all want to bring up? Discuss, dissect.
Anything on your mind? Did you have a
Anything?
topic?
Do I have a topic? No, I just wanted to come and chat with you.
This is great. This was fun, man.
It's been a
Yeah.
dope
Yeah.
interview.
This is
I always
really
love chatting
fun.
with you.
I like
It always
this.
helped me have a clear mindset and just
Thanks.
Good,
I
alright.
think it helps me too.
Awesome.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Danny, she definitely seems very dope. Like everybody should definitely check her out. Very inspiring. Like I was definitely looking forward to this conversation. Yeah, just for like all the entrepreneurs, like you could like look at her as just an example of like somebody who can do it, just having passion and just like focusing on the craft and just like putting yourself out there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Literally,
that's dope.
those are like the top 3 things.
Yeah, like, literally.
Literally.
Like that's so dope. So super inspiring and like thank you for taking a trip out here.
Thank
Yes.
you for
Sure.
having me.
Plug yourself in. Shut your.
Oh,
Wait, we
yeah.
didn't even end the podcast yet.
I thought we were about to.
Oh, it sounded like you was
We
wrapping it
didn't.
up.
Exactly.
No, but we're supposed to say thank you for listening to the Soapbox. Then Danny, do you want to?
You right.
Yeah,
So
man.
thank you for listening to episode
Keep going.
184, 185.
185.
185 of the Soapbox podcast. You can listen to us on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube.
And now.
Danny, would you like to plug yourself in?
I would. You can catch me on TikTok or
Hey.
Instagram at Danny Threads. DM me to book a fitting. I'm right
Yes.
through there. I do have an announcement.
Uh-oh.
So Danny Threads got booked for Dapper Q's fashion show.
Hey.
Dapper Q is they are a brand that is bending gender norms in fashion. So I will be showing with them in February. So look out for that casting call. If you are in the queer community, I will be having a model casting call soon.
Hi, Papi.
Awesome. Karan, anything you want to say to people?
Nah, man. Shout out to everybody listening. I just appreciate everybody listening, man. I appreciate our co-hosts. I appreciate our guests. Just everybody tapping in, man. Dante,
Tap.
Oh, sorry.
Tap in.
you want to shout out anybody?
Nah. Oh, yes. We're gonna try to put out an episode. The week that we're not recording. I'm gonna see what happens. But if y'all don't see an episode next week, I don't want to hear nobody's mouth. And
I
we're
mean,
out.
we've been on a hiatus for like the last 2 weeks, so
We're still gonna try to put out an episode for you guys, even if it's 30 minutes. I'm gonna try to do something. But if not, me and Solange are out of New York, so
we're having a great time.
you having
Mind
a
your business.
fan old time. We'll have a great episode when we come back.
I'll be here, y'all.
Karan might put something out. Who
If
knows?
anybody wants to tap in with me,
Yeah,
you know
hit
what
up
I'm saying?
Karan, you
I
know
might
what I'm
do my
saying?
own little like spirit. I'm trying to get more like.
Yeah,
Yo, can
Karan
we
might
have
get-
Karan co-host? Can we have Karan do his own podcast with his own people? Can we
His own
trust him to
people.
do his
Karan
own
don't have
thing?
friends. Karan don't want to talk to nobody.
I want to be a hermit.
People.
I feel like I can do a podcast by myself.
I feel like Karan could do a great
I will
podcast
leave the
without us.
equipment for you and have you do it.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
I'm dead ass. I will.
I would love
Tell
to
me.
see it.
I dead ass. I
I
will.
would love to
if
see
you,
it.
If you're serious
Knows
about
how to
it,
care for a plant.
if you're serious about it, I will leave everything. You can FaceTime me and I will walk you through everything. I'll even leave my.
Don't leave the
my
laptop.
Don't leave the
No,
laptop.
don't leave the laptop. I want
But,
to know what you got on here, but we'll talk about that after. Maybe.
Alright.
Maybe.
All right, we out.